Good evening, everyone. I hope you are doing well.
Hello.
We look a little bit different today for several reasons. We personally don't look different, but the stream looks a bit different. If you were watching yesterday, you knew we did a little bit of an update. I hope you are all doing soft and well. First of all, can you hear us? Sweet players, make some noises. They can be miscellaneous noises. Sonically, oh god, stunning. You all sound fantastic. If we can all be heard, that is the first hurdle vaulted over. A quick heads up tonight. For several reasons, I'm running the tech today, and anyone who was watching yesterday knows that my internet has not been fantastic. So if at any point the stream cuts out, do not fret. It will be back in approximately 20 seconds while my internet stops shitting in the bed and decides to get its act together. So that may happen, but stick around. We will be back. Do not panic, because Lord knows I will be trying not to. Before we start, thank you for joining us on this different day and different time. We're all very excited to play. This is a stream in which we are drinking, and we are following very vague D&D drinking rules. We are not encouraging you to drink with us, but if at any point in time you see us drink due to a certain thing happening, and you find yourself feeling thirsty, you may at the same time take a sip of your drink to quench that thirst, but not because we asked you to. Right, with the formalities out of the way, let us meet our players, their characters, and what they are drinking. Andrea, why don't you start us off tonight?
Sup, fam? My name is Gwyneth, and I am a druid tiefling, and I am drinking Truly because I continue to be a basic bitch, and I have decided that now this is the only drink I will have for the remainder of this campaign.
Incredible.
So here we are.
Excellent news.
And if anyone knows the brand manager at Truly's, Andrea is available for sponsorship and advertisement opportunities.
Yeah, we will come to my trash drink in a moment, Swabs. Got anything to say about your character, or are we're just gonna be reminded of her as we begin the game?
Oh, I can remind people of things. Wait, what is that? What we're talking about?
Just introduce yourself for your character.
Sorry.
Honestly,
we're really good at this.
The name is enough. We could just do names today and then have all the rest untold.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to describe her. It's fine.
Stunning.
She's a mood.
Stunning.
She's a mood.
Sarah.
Hello.
What have you got for us today in character description and also beverage of choice?
Beverage of choice. So I am Sarah, and I am brought to you by the 1980s. And all the blue eyeshadow. And I play Clara, Ursula Cordo, for any fans of Latin. She is a bugbearian who moved to a town from a tiny village, and I suspect in her tiny village she thought she was cool and misunderstood, and subsequently moving to the big town, and then subsequently having experiences in Waterdeep, she's just realising she's increasingly out of her depth.
Aren't we all, baby? That's called life. And what are you drinking?
I am back on the gin and tonics, and look, because I found the biggest glass.
Hell yeah.
Gorgeous.
Amazing.
Gorgeous. You can only drink gin and tonics in a goblet. Truly.
It's also quite heavy.
So you can do goblet squats with it as well. Yeah, perfect. Alcohol and workout. Next, let's go to Miss Emily. Who are you? Who are you playing? And what are you
Hi.
drinking?
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm playing Hildegard Nelson. She is a Minnesotan mom with a lot of spunk and also warlock powers. And this evening I am drinking Fernet and Coke, although I have it in what used to be a margarita cup. So I'm also doing the massive cup situation over here.
Yes.
Oh, Emily, remind me when we do our one-on-one chat for the interim stream to make you talk about the drive-through margaritas in Louisiana.
Oh yeah, that's where that's from.
We will put a pin in that because that is a story that I definitely want to hear.
The whole thing. The whole thing.
And finally, but not finally, Sasha. Who are you?
A little bit finally.
What are you playing? Technically, I'm lost. So.
I didn't hear that, but okay.
Technically, I'm lost. We could turn this into an ASMR stream if people liked. But I think the answer would be no, we don't like that. Has anyone done an ASMR D&D stream yet? Because if not, I'm having that.
We're gonna do it.
Mine.
That can become our Monday night stream.
Yes. We'll do an ASMR stream.
I hate us.
Yeah. Sasha.
Take the cabbage.
Take the cabbage. Really? Twice take the cabbage just as a phrase. So funny. Hi everyone, I'm Sasha. You may know me from around the interwebs and mostly questing time. And I'm playing Mirabelle Montague. She is a cleric of Chandrilar. And I didn't know that she's a hill dwarf from somewhere else. There's a backstory there, but we don't have to go into it now. And she is generally just out there to have a good time because Chandler is the god of romance and fertility and like dancing and courtship. So she is here to make sure that Bridget, sweet naive child, really understands what her Hindu's about.
I'm sure she will. And what are you drinking?
Oh, and I am drinking as usual wine. I was very tempted to like order in cocktails because I haven't. It's really. I don't know if that's working or not. But tonight I'm going with a different grape. This is I genuinely can't pronounce it, so I'm posting it in the chat.
Oh. Those letters are in an interesting order.
Rakatsitelli.
I thought that was a typo. I was like, what are you trying to write on?
That is the name of the grape. Although I'm almost out, so I'll be switching to a lighter wine soon. Well, maybe next time cocktails. We'll switch it up.
That is fantastic. I love it. Fantastic. And I am Han. I am your benevolent DM. I will be playing all the other characters, and I am in the spirit of oversized mugs, drinking coffee, Tim Hortons French vanilla coffee out of the old Questing Time mugs. That now the ones they sell are like a regular mug size. I got in and got one of the massive ones, and yes, I'm drinking Coors Light because I had to run and buy some kind of alcohol very quickly, and Coors Light was one of the only reasonable things in the fridge that was actually cold. Because as much as Coors Light is not my favorite beer, it's preferable to warm beer. So that's where we're at today. So yeah, it's
I love Hublu's suggestion that we try saying the name of this grape at the end of the stream. Everyone just goes around and tries to say Raksitelli. Rakatsitelli.
So
I think you have to say it every time we have to drink.
Rakatsitelli.
Yeah.
I'm Italian. It's Georgian. There's no Italian here.
I know. I was going for Gatsa, which means like penis and ass. But also
the Katsel.
Kilobits. The Aldi Finest G&T is all gone. Also, it was Lidl Finest G&T. I will do a restock this week when we do not have everyone having our streams all squished together. Right. Are you all ready to go on an adventure?
Yes.
I hope
Yes.
the answer is yes. Otherwise, we need to delay this stream. Shall we do a bit of a recap of how we have got here? I will start it off, and then let's pinball around the room, and get everyone else to fill in what they can remember from the last couple of sessions. We started in the town of Briarswood. It was early morning, and the bridal party of one Miss Bridget Stormsbane clambered into a large stretch carriage and begun its way to Waterdeep for the hen party of the century, or at least the only hen party Bridget's ever been to. So in her eyes, yes, it is the hen party of the century. Things happened along the way. People drank strange, peculiar liquids. In Bridget's case, exclusively milk. And mischief was had before they got to the gates of Waterdeep. After which, Sasha, what happened?
Oh, hi, I am bad. Our mods are on it. We're in the big time now. We're getting bot spams.
Oh, yes, heck yeah.
It means we're legit.
Yeah.
And on the upside, if we want to become famous and buy followers, primes, and views, we can.
Oh,
Well,
amazing.
That
Who needs
simple.
to buy followers and friends when we have followers and friends like this?
I mean, I assumed we were paying them to be here. If they're not, I'm very confused what everyone's doing with their Friday night.
It's because of the cabbage. Everyone's here for the cabbage.
Cabbage.
I was betting. Can someone take this? I genuinely don't remember what the prompt was. I know we were capping, but I didn't hear the last line that you said before. I was supposed to take over from.
We arrived in Waterdeep. What did we do?
Yes.
Waterdeep. If it's incorrect, your recap is going to be even funnier. So
true. Yeah. What I mostly remember was Clara having a mighty old time being rolled up the stairs essentially and wrestled into bed as she shouted about her unrequited love for Bridget, while everyone just sort of tried to deal with that in various and mostly unsuccessful ways, except for Hildy, who did manage to swaddle her in a way to restrain her appropriately. Mirabelle tried unsuccessfully to hit on the nice doorman, but didn't take offense. That's how things go. And at some point, they got ready and went to the bar, where adventures happened. And I'm gonna ping Emily in to take over from there.
Sure. So we got to the bar. There were lots of shenanigans involving karaoke and crying. And then the stripper arrived, Jason the stripper, who his erotic dancing left something to be desired. He struggled
what
to
it
remove
left
his
to be
tearaway
desired was
pants.
any eroticism.
Yeah,
generally.
exactly.
Just desire, period.
I'm just going to jump off for 1 minute because I've just spilt neat gin all over everything electronic. So carry on without me.
Oh no,
That's not
Okay.
good.
If a small house fire starts, I know vaguely where you live. So carry on. Let's blast through this.
Sure. So Jason, in a last-ditch effort, offered to bring a petting zoo over, which Bridget was rather keen on, as were we all. And Hildy gave him some guidance in the hopes that it would make him either a better dancer or a better petting zoo operator. But what it ended up doing was enabling him to use enchantments to make the petting zoo turn into just a horrendous, monstrous out of control event that ended up being our first combat scenario. So I will hop it over to Andrea at that point, I think.
Yeah, we sludged some slugs. It was like really sad because we learned they used to be puppies, but we had to murder them. There was no option. We tried really hard keeping them, maybe trying to turn them back. There was no way, so we had to kill them all.
Well, I will.
And then we were kind of like,
Maybe didn't try so hard.
Yeah,
or at all.
you tried to destroy the grey, to rescue or return the grey ooze to its previous puppy form once you had annihilated literally 99% of the grey ooze first.
Well, to be fair, the first part was reactive, and then we were like, guys, we should think about
Yeah,
this. We're
this
just
is
killing
true.
puppies. Like, if we think about it. So we tried, I think in the end, redemption is all that matters. So
Yeah.
I think we tried to redeem
Yeah,
ourselves.
it's the thought
That's
that
gonna be a
counts.
really good quote for out of context.
That's all
Maybe we should
wanted
think
to
about
do.
it before we go killing puppies.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we should stop and think if we're just like attacking the other rather than like being more empathetic towards it. But anyway,
Insightful.
after we did that, I think we did go out some more, but at that point I think we were all really drunk, so there's no memory or role play involved with that. So then we went to sleep and we woke up and we were on our way to adventures, something basically escape room, but for adventurers is what we did. Or we are there now. We are there. So yes.
Getting
That's
ready
it.
to go on the
Yeah.
adventure of a lifetime, or at least that is what it says in the brochure for this place. Yes. How is the gin situation, Sarah?
I mean, I cured it by putting a damp towel
Interesting. Yeah.
over the electrics.
I've heard
If it does catch fire, at least I'll see the towel catch fire first and have time to evacuate the building.
Yes. Yes. And they say don't fight
That's what we
fire with
want
fire,
here.
but they don't say don't fight water with water. So I think you're fine.
Yeah. or don't fight highly flammable high alcohol liquids with a damp towel. I'm assuming it's like a chip fat fire.
Yeah. So it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I do like the idea of pouring some tonic on it. That also might work. It's like acid and alkali cancels each other out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Science, bitch.
Bubbles.
Let's go.
Bubbly things save electrical items.
Yes. Yes. Because the bubbles.
Science.
Try it on your iPhone, folks.
It's just science.
Yeah.
It's science.
Science.
Wanna clean your iPhone? Drop it in a pint of bubbly water.
Wait a minute.
Or any of that Coke.
Yeah.
Sarah, so we did that in high school as a part of our science lab. Did they do that in the UK too then?
Putting your phones in
I'm just
I mean not in that we did that but that was like a university thing. That was a bit high level for our high school.
That was surely.
Oh wow.
Surely that's a drunk alcoholic thing. Like, did your science teacher really hate you?
Was your science teacher
Yes.
an alcoholic? Because if so, no, we just put plates of cheese in the microwave. Did anyone else do that?
What was the purpose? What did you learn from that, Han? What did you learn?
Because if you put, like the flat fake squares of cheese, if you lay them on a plate and put them in the microwave, like a big flat plate, put them in the microwave for like a very short amount of time, when you take it out, there will be rings of more cooked cheese because of the way that microwaves bounce about and reflect inside the microwave. It was a demonstration of the nature of reflection within a microwave.
Right.
Yeah, they did.
I forgot you actually studied science and could actually explain what you learned.
It was high school. I would have been delighted if we'd done that in my university physics lecture, but alas, no, we just did it in high school, and we weren't allowed to eat the cheese afterwards, which was awful. That was the what? I can't believe. I feel like if it was a university, they would have let us eat the cheese. But yeah, no, we weren't allowed to eat the
But
cheese.
really
I
quick
mean-
question. There will be D&D, but do you dissect frogs as well?
No, we had because I went to a school which had time traveled from the 1930s, and so what we had instead was pre-dissected things, and we had some really fun things. Like we had a tapeworm in a jar,
Ooh.
and we had dissected frogs. There was an octopus. That was one of the bigger jars.
One whole big
There
octopus.
was a fetus.
Oh, interesting.
They weirdly, in a girls' school, they use the fetus to teach sex education. And people wonder why.
Oh my god, my school too. But it was
My
a
school-
Catholic school. It made sense.
Church of England, so it doesn't make quite so much sense.
Mm.
Also, as well, quite a high level of queer people coming out of my school. It turns out.
It's just what happens in girls'
Yeah.
schools, isn't it?
I will say we're losing watchers, like viewers.
That is, if they are not here, here for high school
They're weak.
dissection chat, then I can't help them. I can't help them. Right, shall we play some D&D?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do it.
Please say
Fine.
yes.
Whatever.
Back to
Fantastic.
the studio again.
So, when we last saw all 6 of you, because currently at Real Adventurers Adventures, having gone through the training area, the 4 of you and the remaining members of the bridal party that have attended, which was the bride herself, Bridget, and her maid of honor, Catherine, were encouraged to begin the adventure itself by being ushered through a completely dark doorway, which some of you had to be rather nudged through, and by nudged I mean dragged. Once all 4 of you, 6 of you enter the doorway, you hear Megan behind you saying, "Good luck!" and a door closes. You are all surrounded with darkness. And there are different kinds of darkness. There is the kind of darkness where you shut your eyes. There is the kind of darkness at night, in a dark room. And in most of those, after a few seconds, you always get the feeling of your eyes adjusting to the light, or the lack of it. This darkness feels like a lack of anything. It feels like magical darkness. It feels like you are swimming in an opaque black soup, and it feels thick and heavy against your eyes. But it's only like that for a few seconds before there is a shuddering shimmer of light, and you are in a room. The room is about half as long again as the previous one. So a pretty sizable space, about 100 feet across. Under your feet, you can see grass that is depressing softly as you step. You feel a light breeze around your hair, and that breeze is making the ropes tied to 2 wooden stakes in front of you sway very softly. Also in front of you is a bridge. It is 60 feet across and broken in the middle, save for a few very frayed pieces of rope kind of knotted together between some of the slats of wood. Below you, there appears to be a very, very, very deep gulch. So deep that you can't see the bottom of it. You can hear the kind of rush of water. But it is one of those craggy gulches that sort of goes down, and then because it begins to taper and wiggle as it goes down, you actually can't see the bottom of it. On this side where you are, there is more rope, There are barrels, there are pitons, and a very large tree. And on the other side, you can see a door. What do you do?
Can Clara tell if this is magic or this is real?
Make me an Arcana check. Do me that good roll.
I have a similar question actually. Since Mirabelle was able to spot from the outside, this is basically just a warehouse with a big glamour on it.
Yes.
I can sort of deduce that there is some magic, or that, you know.
You could see that you could see from the front that behind it was a very big warehouse. You couldn't necessarily ascertain how far back the warehouse went. You could just see sort of like how facades sit on the front of the building. You can't necessarily see what is behind it, but you can see that the facade itself has very little depth to it. So you can look at, at the top where it points if there's spires or whatnot. You can see that the spires have no depth, so you can go, okay, there's nothing behind there. The facade is just at the front. So you couldn't quite tell how far back the warehouse went. You just kind of knew it was there. Clara, what did you get on your Arcana check?
An 8.
An 8.
Really? Right.
There's magic here in this place. But you in the room before you saw magic in the Dance Revolution. You saw magic in the karaoke. This is, you can't specifically tell what about this is magic.
Okay.
But there is
question.
magic some here. Yes, darling.
Yeah. The hole in the bridge, about how big does it appear to be?
It's not necessarily a hole in the bridge. The bridge is just broken in the middle. If you imagine a bridge that is the two sets of two ropes with wooden slats going, so you can hold on to the top ropes and then the bottom ropes are holding the slats together. Basically, the top rope on one side and the bottom rope on that same side has just split, and half of the that side on the slats on that side have just fallen away from the rope. So you've got maybe 10, 15 feet of bridge, and then it's completely broken until literally 2 or 3 slats before the end.
Okay, gotcha. And remind me again, like, I know we all had packs. I know I had the Scholars Pack.
Yes.
I've got things.
I'm very excited about the pack.
I can tell you all a list of everything that's in your packs if you are taking some time to go and have a rummage through your gear packs. Because you have as of yet not had a chance. You've just taken the backpacks off the wall, thrown them on your backs, and headed in. So if people are sitting down and having a rummage through the packs, I can let you know what's in there. Yeah.
I think it's a good time.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
We should all,
Yes.
look at what we first.
Did everyone write down what pack they had? I did write it down, but see if you remember.
Yeah.
Hilda, you had the Scholars Pack, didn't you?
Oh, you betcha.
In there is a notebook, a bottle of ink, an ink pen, some extra sheets of parchment, a small bag of sand, and a knife. The
Huh.
knife.
Okay.
The knife. Have you ever been to a pub and gone and asked for the key for the toilet? And attached to the key has been a very, very large slab of wood, so that you don't go and steal the key. You also get this at like petrol stations and whatnot. The knife attached to it is a very, very large piece of wood that says "Do not remove." Presumably to stop people from nicking the knife from this escape room.
Fair enough.
Who else has got things? Gwyneth.
I got the performer pack.
You got the performers pack, yes. In here is 2 costumes. And as you take them out, you see that one of them is a jester's costume, and one of them is a priest's costume. There are a couple of candles, a day's worth of rations, a water skin, and a small knife. In a very similar vein to the other one, with a very large "Do not remove" sign on it.
Cool. Yeah.
Clara, you got the burglars pack, didn't you?
I did. I got thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools, yes.
Thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools.
You have 10 feet of rope, 10 pitons, or pythons, or pitons, depending on which is correct. A lantern and a small flask of oil, a day of rations, a water skin, and your thieves' tools. And then finally, Mirabelle, you had the diplomats pack, didn't you?
Diplomats. Yes, I did.
You have a blank scroll in a scroll.
I'm so diplomatic.
You are. A blank scroll in a scroll case, a bottle of ink and an ink pen as well. You also have a lamp and a flask of oil, some sheaths of paper, sealing wax, 1 day of rations, and some soap.
What? I guess you don't want. Yeah.
I guess I do like being clean, but I can't see how this is going to be useful, to be perfectly honest with you guys.
Diplomatically, you can't smell bad.
You know what you can do? You can take one of the knives and make a little sculpture out of the soap.
Oh,
stunning!
Nice.
I'd have to be inspired.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah, well, if anyone can do that at a relevant time during this game, I will give you inspiration for that. If you can find a way to make it work. The other 2 got
Sugar, what'd you get?
Well, I got the explorers pack, which is honestly a little bit boring. I've got a mess kit and some rations, but we're not going to be in here for very long. I got a tinderbox and a water skin as well, and also I got a lot of rope. And she has this 50-foot thing of rope that's attached to the side of her bag. Nice. Did you get anything interesting, darling? And you see Catherine taking the stuff out of the bag, and she goes, I got this. And she takes out a crowbar, also with one of those massive pieces of wood attached to it. And she goes,
don't steal our crowbar.
Oh, well, that's slightly more exciting than mine, but that's okay. I also got this. She takes out a hammer. I also got some pitons or pythons. I don't know. Do any of you know how those are pronounced? Oh, I don't fucking know.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
No idea.
I was like, I don't fucking know.
She holds up.
I was like, oh.
She holds up a what looks like a long metal nail, thick with a round top, and she goes, "Yeah, you use these for climbing, don't you? You hammer them into the rock, and then you can loop rope around them and whatnot and hang off them. I guess because
Yeah.
I got the Dungeoneers pack, so I suppose that's why that makes sense. And I also got a shit ton of rope. Sorry. Oh no, we can swear. We can't. This is a fucking. I forgot. I always feel like it's because it feels like a bit of a kid thing. So I feel like I can't swear, but I can swear. I also got a lot of rope. She also has 50. Yeah. So I guess we could try and I don't know, rebuild the bridge.
I mean,
Seems a bit dodge.
yeah, or we could try this. There's barrels, isn't there?
Yes.
Clara picks up a barrel. Does it feel pretty substantial?
Yeah. I mean, it's heavy, so you would imagine it's a standard barrel with the two metal,
Yeah.
yeah, two metal rings around the outside.
So Clara's going to Donkey Kong the barrel into the crack.
Into the crack.
Whatever it's called. Into the big crack.
Into the big Donkey Kong the barrel into the big crack.
Yes.
Make me make me a strength. For throwing, I'm gonna say just make me a standard strength check.
It's a standard strength check.
Just a standard strength check.
And that would be a rough 20.
A rough 20. You throw the barrel, and about what is your, let me see. Yeah, it doesn't make it to the other end, but it goes down, it arcs downwards about 15 feet and hits the other side. So it doesn't, you don't manage to throw it all the way across, but you throw it.
And see, Clara was trying to see if how deep the actual crack was.
You throw it and it hits an angle at about 15 feet down. The barrel shatters, and it shatters and then sort of dissolves and reappears on the same side that you're on.
Oh, we can't die, or probably that way at least.
No, I think you should. I think you should play
Clara,
this assuming that you can't die.
Clara's like, hang on a minute. She runs at the crack and jumps into it.
Fantastic.
You're welcome.
You just fucking jumping down.
Mhm.
Let me just check a rule.
Oh, there. Just kidding, you do die.
And suddenly we're one party member now.
She needs to come up with a new character immediately.
By the way, if I die, we all have to like finish our drinks.
No! I just got Oh no.
Okay, I'll go really slow.
Right.
I love Han just going, what the fuck do I do now?
No, this was Clara, please take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall 40 feet.
Oh! I thought it was 15. Oh, damn.
Well, no, so the barrel landed 15 feet down on the side of the thing. Clara jumps down and you see her fall what looks like a fairly substantial way. But her assumption was correct. This does not go down an infinite amount of distance. But it does go down 40 feet.
Fair enough.
So she jumps down and appears to fall for a while, and it looks like she might just keep falling. But eventually, sort of like an optical illusion, the ground just stops going down, and she hits the floor, and there's a little wave of kind of that similar shimmer of when the barrel broke, just that kind of wave of shimmer where she landed, and then she is just sat both on and within a picture of a gulch. So there is depth to it, but it also looks like she's just sitting on a flat picture.
I mean, let's be honest. We all knew that at some point during this adventure, Clara would be face first down in a crag.
Yeah.
One way or another.
You can stay face first, face down if you like, but
yeah. I think face down just for comic effect, really. Like you know when in the Hanna-Barbera cartoons when like Wile E. Coyote falls off the cliff.
Yes.
Like it looks like she's sort of just hovering in midair, because I like to think she's kind of like face down.
Yeah,
like
it is a very very weird thing to look at. You kind of look like you should be continuously falling, but you have just stopped within this image. But you are now 40 foot down.
Mirabelle sort of goes out to the edge. You okay down there, sugar?
She just sees Clara put like a thumb up, like above her head. She's still lying face down. She's like,
We do have some rope up here. We could just like leave you down there until we figure out how to cross, and then throw the rope down to get you out later.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're okay, and good on you for taking risks.
Yes.
Again, it's just another thumbs up.
I wasn't quite sure.
Let me know if you need some healing.
I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen there, but that was quite exciting. I don't think I would be brave enough to do that. So good for you, Clara. Are you hurt?
No.
I didn't quite sound like it, but I'm sure we can get you out somehow.
I mean, you guys could literally just climb down here, and then we could climb back up the other side.
No, that doesn't
Just
sound
have
right.
a point. We do have these pythons.
Yeah.
Pantones? Like
I'm only
Colour of the year.
referencing someone in the chat who apparently corrected our pronunciation.
Is it Python? Python?
No, Piton, surely.
I don't know, but Swamp is fucking with me, and that is canon.
Python Provi.
Pardon.
Python. It is not
mean-
canon that Mirabelle says pythons.
Yeah, it doesn't
It
doesn't matter how it's actually pronounced. That is how she pronounces it, and it is correct.
Piton. Oh, your mom says it's Piton.
Piton.
Your mom's right.
Piton.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mama.
Whatever.
I appreciate that.
That's right.
Thank you for that correction. Yep, her word's gospel. Bridget looks around and says, "Yes, I suppose we could do that. Do we have enough rope?"
Got plenty of rope. But also, I just want to take another look around and see if there's any other options. Just kind of want to roll a perception check to see if there's anything that we hadn't noticed before that might be useful in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can one of us do that?
Yeah, roll perception or
Just before we go,
perception or investigation.
I got a rough 20.
Ooh. On which one of those?
I'm a
things?
perceptive motherfucker.
Perceptive, yes.
I'm drinking anyway.
Yeah, rough 20. Let's go.
20.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a 22.
Oh.
So
Oh, okay then.
we gotta know what happens.
So yes, what you can see is I will just go through in slightly more detail the rest of the stuff that you can see there, because it's fairly empty. There's nothing on the other side apart from this door. On your side there is this very, very large tree, and as you look up, uh, the room doesn't seem to have a roof. It just appears to the top of the room just seems to disappear into that kind of inky darkness that you saw when you first stepped into the room. So you can't see a roof, and there is this very, very, very tall tree. There are these two barrels, which one has been smashed and then has reappeared. There is a big pile of rope, some pitons, a hammer, and that is pretty much it on this side.
Okay then. Well, we can do that. I also have another question. Hildy, do you have with your like warlock powers any kind of like mage hand situation? I don't know if that's a thing you have.
Yeah, no. The unseen servant has hands, but I don't have any like just regular old disembodied hand. Honestly, I probably should. It sounds helpful.
Unseen
I don't
hands have
know.
given me ideas, but let's leave that for another time.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Well, I'm out of ideas, so either we do this like climbing rope thing, or maybe someone else got something.
No, I got nothing.
Hmm.
Fine, I guess we can go down there. I don't want to, but I don't see another way. And Claire's already down there. Clara, I guess we could just go.
Gwyneth, just think about the soft lighting down that chasm, surrounded by total blackness. It'll be great for a photo.
While they've been talking, Clara's like peeled herself off whatever it is that she's lying on and has just started like smashing pitons into the opposite side of the rock.
Cool. Make me. How many you trying to smash in?
Well, what she's doing is she's doing one, and then she's sort of balancing on it, and then she's doing another, and then balancing on it. So she's like, kind of trying to.
Okay, I'm gonna
Do that.
give me a strength check, and then a dexterity check for every single piton that you put in, because if you're not smashing
Right.
it in hard enough, you are gonna fall.
That's
Dirty
what she
20.
said.
Dirty 20.
30, and then a 10 for Dex.
Oh yeah. So the first one you get in sort of at your kind of above your head height. So actually probably at your head height, pretty high. I'm going to say that there is enough kind of chunks of rock there that you can kind of hoist yourself up and stand on that one, with one on that, one sort of resting on a bit of rock next to it.
Yeah.
Are you going to try for another one? This is 40 feet up, so I reckon you've done 6 feet. You can.
She's tried another one and got a 7.
To hammer in, yeah. You go to smack the piton in, and the rock around it crumbles, and you drop the piton on the floor. You can just make a straight up athletics check if you want to just try and climb up this craggy face.
Yep. Let's do that.
She's like,
oh, bums.
What was that?
Despite having a +5, I only got 14.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You make it up about another 10 feet, and you lose the grip on your feet, and you just quite uncomfortably, you don't take any more damage, but it's not pleasant. You kind of slide back down to the bottom. As you are in the room, you hear a little crackle, and from the stone of far speech that you have been given, you hear a voice say, "Hello, guys. How's it going in there?"
oh, it's that girl again.
Who's holding it? Sorry.
I think it was given to.
I think I am.
Yes, it was given to Hildy.
Okay.
Are you having fun? Are you enjoying the first room?
Oh yeah. We're still trying to think our way through it. Some of us we're all taking different tactics and on our own journey. And Hildy kind of looks at everybody that she can see, just like, yeah, like.
Well, I just wanted to remind you that from the training room and from the package that you've purchased, you have 4 hints over the course of this adventure if you want to use them. You can get up to 3 clues with those hints, and obviously, you want to work it out on your own, so use that brain power and try and solve these puzzles yourself. But if you do need help, just call me up on the Stone and Fast Beach, and I will give you a hand.
Okay, thank you. And so Hildy kind of is like, right, so we're gonna use one of those hints, right?
I mean,
do we know how
I'd
many
rather-
adventures we have to go
yeah, she
through?
did say this is the first room, which is very concerning. There might be more rooms.
There's definitely more rooms, Gwyneth. I'm just wondering how many more rooms.
Yeah.
Bridget pipes up and says, I think we booked. We didn't book the lengthy package because that means in that one you actually stay over at the site and then do multiple days. But this is a fairly hefty room because I wanted us to experience all the different kinds of adventure there are. So yes, I think probably at least more than 3.
Clara can hear the bits of this conversation and decides just to curl up and have a bit of a sleep.
All right then. If you stay there for an hour, you can regain some hit points. But otherwise, a little bit of a nap. Yes, Clara curls up on the ground. The floor is very weird. It is sort of it is pretty hard, but really smooth and slightly warm. Sort of like a very hot, smooth rock. Not hot, no, a very smooth rock that has been left out in the sun for a little bit.
Right.
Sort of that gentle warmth that you get from that.
Nice.
Bridget says, "Well, it feels a little bit silly using a hint on the first room, but I suppose we could, or we could just try something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to try climbing down."
Okay,
sure.
let's do that. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's just do it,
But
Well,
if
let's
you guys,
nail one of these pythons into the ground here, and then we can lower ourselves down with the rope.
yes, I think that sounds good.
I don't have rope, but
I think I have 50 feet of rope, so we could probably just use that. That should go 40 foot down.
yeah.
The whoever is hammering the rope in or hammering the python in, make me a strength check. Whoever is doing that.
I mean, I am a dwarf, although I don't have very great strength. Let's try it. Oh no, I've got an 18.
18.
Nice.
Yep. It is a strange sensation hammering it in. It's not exactly like hammering it into dirt, but it does go in and it feels pretty. You leave it with a little bit of room at the top. It feels pretty solid, and you are able to wrap a rope around that and kind of throw that in. Can everyone give me an athletics check? Just give me an athletics check.
Yay.
Oh,
I got a 16.
okay, that's a 7, not a 1. We're good. It's a 8 altogether. Thank you.
I
really thought I would have been very fun with a natural 1 on that one. Painful, but fun.
Yeah.
Right. So, Gwyneth, you see Bridget go. Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go down first because honestly, that looked like dreadful fun. And she. Does. She's a little bit wobbly, but she kind of makes it down. Gripping hold of the rope and lowering herself backwards. Catherine says, "All right. Yeah, I'll go. I'll go next," and slips very slightly and rope gets a little bit of rope burn on her hands as she kind of slides down the rope. But she also makes it to the bottom. Both of them turn to you, Cara, and say, "Oh, you that 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 looks like it hurts." And they point to your head, and you've got a big kind of blooming bruise on your forehead. Where presumably, as you did go head first into this crack, you bumped your head pretty bad. That looks painful. But are you sure you're doing all right?
So what they realise at this point is that Clara is asleep with her eyes open, which is a terrifying combination of wide awake looking while snoring and dribbling.
Bridget does not understand what's going on, so she says, Clara, darling, are you okay? And she starts shaking you.
I reactively punch up in front of me and punch Bridget.
Make an attack roll.
Crap.
Unarmed strike. It's
unarmed strike. Yeah.
3. So yeah, it's an automatic. Oh, good job. It's an 8.
Whew. You punch upwards, but as you were sort of slightly lying on your back, the upwards it does not quite get to Bridget, who had come at your was kind of shaking you at your feet, sort of at your legs. So you punch straight upwards, it misses her, and she kind of jumps back and goes, "Oh, Clara, I thought you were. I don't know what I thought you. That was terrifying. Are you okay?" Oh, she's gone back. Okay, so she's just asleep. That's fine. I guess we will leave her down here. Are you guys coming down? And Gwyneth, you head down next and are fairly capable at walking down. It's a bit tricky, but the rope is holding tight, and you make it down fine. Mirabelle, you go next, and it starts to be a little bit of about halfway down. It starts to be a bit difficult, and there is a wobble at the top of the piton, and about halfway down you slip and take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as the wobble at the top loosens your grip. Oh, darling, are you doing okay? I didn't realise
this
was
a bit of a bump.
I'll
be fine. I'll be fine.
Bridget helps you up. And Hildy, you do almost exactly the same thing. Generally your insight into these things is fairly sensible. But caught up in the excitement of it all, you start to head down, and you also take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as about halfway down you slip and bump your butt on the floor. The rope is, however, still attached to the top of the ledge. So,
fuck. Oh, balls.
Balls.
Aunt Hildy, I don't think I've ever heard you use language like that before, but and Bridget gives you a hand up.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. This is my Hindu. I feel like we should be, be a little bit vulgar. She looks around and goes, right. Well, now we're at the bottom of this pit. What do we do now?
Well, we climb up, of course.
Right. What? Yeah. How are we doing that? Did we
Got
think about that?
Well, we've got roughly, 20 pythons? Well, now 19. Do I have that math correct?
Yeah, you've got a good number. 20 would, if you put up 20, you would be putting up a python every 2 feet, which is a
That's
lot
fine.
of pitons. That's a lot of pitons. So
The stream sponsored by Petons.
to buy pitons. So you definitely have more pitons than you would imagine you would need. You can just give me an athletics check if anyone wants to just try and climb to the top.
Hildy is while everyone's discussing this, going to try to pull the rope and Peyton at the top free.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Okie doke. Let's see how this goes. 15.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you managed to with a little bit of you don't just pull it in one, you kind of loosen it and then kind of wiggle it and pull it down. Yes, this the piton and the rope come tumbling down the gulch and land beside you.
Okay, I've got the rope back and the other the piton, the python, so we're good to go there if we need more supplies. Gotta say, it took some real elbow grease. You know, Mirabelle, when they said you were good at pounding, they were not kidding, huh?
Woohoo!
Hildy. Wow, you're making me blush.
Well, you know, I appreciate a good usage of a hammer and some strength, and that was what you did. It was a beautiful display.
And I appreciate a good pounding. But anyway, enough about me. Hildy, darling, since you're the Goliath of the group, no offense, would you mind starting these pythons up this other side? Do you think you could do that? I think you're the strongest of us.
Oh, I don't know.
Climb up and do some more, but if you could get it started.
I'll give it a go. I think I'll try.
Clara and her sister says there's already one over there.
Yes, with that you do see one piton about 5-6 feet up, fairly well hammered into the rock face.
Well, that one's great if someone can give me a boost, but we're gonna need some after that to get up there.
Right. Hildy, are you gonna try and put some in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Heyo.
Heyo.
How many are you going to try? How many in this short space of time are you going to try and put in? I mean, you have as long as you like, but I'm for each one you put in, I am gonna make you roll a d20. Obviously, the higher up you go, and the more spread out they are, the more likely the more fall damage you're going to get if you fall. But the more you put in, the more likely they're going to fail. For every piton that you successfully put in, I will let everyone add +1 to their athletics check. So if you manage to get 5 pitons up, everyone gets a +5.
How tall is Clara?
How tall as Clara?
Not as tall as not as tall as a Goliath. I don't know.
The reason I ask is because my initial thought was, I know Mirabelle was feeling pretty confident in her climbing ability, but I also realized that if Hildy is like reaching when she's putting these pitons in, that Mirabelle would have to like jump from one to the other.
So, kids, this is a lesson in character builds, right? If you're in a bit of a weird mood and taking the piss slightly and determined to take like a really specific frame of reference through and decide that the creature that's usually about 6 foot tall is actually about 4'1".
If you would like to, if you want to retcon that she is 4 foot, we have not been playing her as 4'1". I'm pretty sure there have been times where her 6 foot mass has been lugged around. But if you would like to play her as 4'1", we can have just a very small party with one very, very large woman, which I very much look forward to. Both.
I mean,
both,
I'm gonna be Lord of the Rings, but ladies.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it to the chat. Is
she very, very tall or very, very small?
Yeah. Does she suffer from small person syndrome, and thinks herself as massive, or is like she genuinely really tall and just has the ego, like, you know, a small ego? Which one is it?
Is she 8 foot of barbarian and a 4 foot bag?
I mean,
describe myself.
Yeah.
My Tinder profile.
Right.
Julie Hoop's gone for large lady. We got a tiny we've got 2 for 2.
Oh no.
We need one more vote. Big shoes. What does that mean?
Big shoes.
Well,
yeah.
Ethan Winters.
Yeah.
None of you are helpful.
Right, okay, fine. I will roll a D6. Odds, you are a very large lady. Evens, you are a very small lady. I do not know if I can get the angle to prove this roll. Oh, I will just roll it in this. In the in our D&D Beyond. Mirabelle, I think I'm rolling it on your character profile, so it may come up as you. Odds, big, even, small. She is a tiny little lady.
She's She's a small lady.
Okay. She's 4'1", so roughly the same size as Sasha.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But she has very, very large energy. As Julia Hooper said, big lady energy.
Or as Emily and I at some point started saying big clit energy, but that's a whole different I just wanted to say it so that we could like reference it again later.
Yes, yes, 100%.
Massive flaps and
yes, so you are quite small, so I'm going to reevaluate. Well, not reevaluate. I'm going to retcon your first Peton in. Did not go 6 foot up. Went about 4 foot up. Which is in reality easier for everyone else to reach. But yes. What is the attempt? It's interesting when you are a DM and you're not used to being a DM. You're kind of a forever player. Because I got lots of ideas, but I want you to get there first. So Bridget looks around and says, well, yes, I suppose we could just put Petons all the way to the top. I think that would work. That would work, wouldn't it? What's the average height? I suppose in order for us all to be able to reach them, they need to be about, well, they can't even really be 4. I think we might have to put all of them in if we all had to make it to the top climbing.
Oh. For fuck's sake, we don't all have to make it to the top. We need one person in a rope to make it for a top. What have you guys been doing with like your adult lives today?
Yeah, you were sleeping, so you don't get a vote, okay? I'm sorry. Go back to sleep.
I've spent a lot of
Gwyneth,
time
now let's all
indoors.
let's get our hominigrits all going in the same direction now. You hear? Now, I'm quite small, but I am somewhat dexterous. So I could try to go up with a rope, but like if
You
someone
just-
else wants to go,
Do you want to
I'm
just
okay
try?
being down there.
You just want to try and climb up? You're just going to do a climb.
Can I give her guidance?
You can give her
Climb up,
guidance.
Climb up.
Give her and guidance.
Oh yes, I need to do.
Yeah,
Oh.
let me do that here. Where are my spells?
When I said I was dexterous, I was lying.
Oh, no.
No, it's not my
It
build.
was a blatant lie.
Absolutely not.
Clara,
I imagine myself as being dexterous, but like, let's be totally
Clara goes to assist by standing under wherever Mirabelle is climbing with her like hands like comically outstretched,
I mean-
ready to catch her.
Yeah.
And Hildy,
Should I roll for something here?
Yes. It's
What,
not
dexterity?
No, it's
Roll
not
for
acrobatics. This is an athletics check, so it's strength, which you do instead of have a +0, you do have a +1. So that is better than your acrobatics.
No.
Easy there.
Oh no.
Oh, what did you? Oh, I was gonna say add your guidance.
True cleric tradition.
Yes. What did you get?
Oh.
In true cleric tradition, I just got a natural 1, my friends. So anyone who is
Drake.
Yes.
the cleric curse
It
continues.
continues. I was going to say add your guidance to that, but that is a critical failure. So what happens is you walk over to the one Peton that is stuck in the side here. You go to reach up and hook your foot onto it so you can pull yourself up and stand upright. What you in fact do, your foot slips off, the pole goes between your legs, and you just fall straight back sideways. So you essentially do a little loop-de-loop over the pole, and you are now lying flat on your back next to it. And Bridget runs over to you and goes, "Darling, are you okay?"
Well, I've had worse accidents on poles before, but let's not go into that now.
What do you mean?
Clara, Clara just says, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I'll try again. I've had a bit of a sleep. It might be better."
Clara, I'm presuming
Hildy,
you are strapping the rope to you once you are taking the rope off Mirabelle and hooking it over your arm.
So, well, it's not even hooking her out in like true like Indiana Jones, like any 80s film about like an adventure. Like she puts the rope between her teeth.
Oh, completely unnecessarily. I love it. Beautiful, stunning.
yes. And Hildy is going to pick her up and like hold her up and be like, "I'm gonna." And she's gonna give her guidance as well. And part of this whole process is her being like, "I'm giving you a head start. Just hold on.
Unbeknownst to Hildy, Clara is simultaneously really embarrassed and slightly turned on, and is
Please roll me a strength check, which I know an athletics check, which I think you might be quite good at. With add a D4 for the lovely guidance that this woman has just given you.
I mean, never say that you're good at something. So that's what's that? What's 11 plus? Oh God, I've had too much alcohol. The
14.
dyslexia is kicking in. 14.
14. Yeah, you make it about halfway up. Actually, slightly more than halfway because Hildy has given you this boost. So you've done about 20 foot of climbing. So you're about 15 foot from the top, and you can feel your fingertips kind of start to, when you do when you grip for too long, you can feel your hands kind of start to shake. Make me a Make me a strength saving throw, please.
Come on.
Come
17.
on. 17. Right. You just managed to hold on and kind of recenter yourself. Take a big breath. Make me another athletics check.
I like to think as this happens that some sort of like 80s power music kicks up. Do you know what I mean? Like something like montage Rocky
Yes.
style.
Yes, there was a moment there, you know, the back foot slipped off and there was the gasp and the silence, and then you right. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So
you
that was a 10. Fuck.
No.
Do you still have the guidance? Is it one?
Yes.
Is guidance a
Do I-
one-time thing, or is it for a minute?
Do I still have
How does
guidance?
I'm afraid I think it's done. It says you touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4 and add to one ability check of its choice.
Yes. So you do. Unfortunately, you have this empowering moment of like a, I can do this, and you go and you reach one arm up, and instantly your legs give out from underneath you, and you just tumble back to the bottom, and you take only 3 points of bludgeoning damage again as you fall back down the
Yes.
back down the thing. Bridget looks at you and says, "Oh, you were so close. You should try again." Or someone else should try. I think this is the best idea. Honestly, because
I mean, if
I have a +0 to this, so I don't think I'm going to be the best person to give it a go. I'm deeply common. I don't sound like it, but my stat block is appalling. So I think you can give it a go. I believe in you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry, before, is there anything else down here that like might be helpful, or like maybe there's another way to go that's not climbing through this thing?
I think that's up to us to figure out, hun.
Give me an anyone who wants to give me a perception or an investigation check.
I'm doing that investigation. I got a 12. So
I got a 22 in perception.
22.
That didn't help me last
time. What that 22 gives you is you have a really good look across this wall, because you've really only stayed in the place where you all either climbed or fell down, and there is, walking along about 15 feet, you can see a bit of rock that is far more craggy, and you think that someone climbing up this part, just straight up climbing, would have an easier time than at the part that you were at. So anyone who tries to climb up this with acrobatics or athletics will get advantage.
Well, would you smack me in the face with a woodpecker? Ladies, look over here. I think if we try over yonder, we'll have much better success.
Oh, I want to try it. I'm really excited. I get over there really excitedly. I want to be the first to try that. Am I doing athletics or?
Wait. You can do athletics or acrobatics. I will let you do acrobatics.
Okay. I'm gonna do acrobatics. Okay, I got an 18. Is it enough?
You've got advantage, so you can roll again just in case.
Okay. I got an 18.
Again?
No, I got an 8 this time. No. I got an 8, so I got an 18.
Thankfully, with this significantly easier rock face, you manage to scramble your way to the top. In fact, you're using acrobatics So it's all very much sort of not necessarily the hoisting yourself up, but you're kind of just like flinging yourself to the top.
Yeah,
No,
it's the Pilates,
the
guys.
legs, yeah, the legs are going up, and the arms are going under, and you eventually crawl your way to the top, assuming you have a rope and a piton in hand. Make me a strength check to hammer this piton into the ground. Just a straight up.
I think you'll find it's Python.
It's Pata.
Pitone.
I'm gonna
Hammer
strength.
that nail. Give us a pound.
Let's figure this out. I am not very strong. I rolled a 6.
Yeah, you just straight up miss. You just miss the piton. The hammer goes straight into the ground. And Bridget says, "Why don't you just try it again? I mean,
okay.
again.
I guess I will. I guess. I got a 15.
That is enough to thoroughly thwack this piton into the ground. The rope is tied, the other rope is thrown down, and because you threw the rope down at this bit of rock that is doubly craggy, everyone make me one last acrobatics or athletics check with advantage.
I've got 17 on my first roll.
Dope.
Nice.
Yeah, you scramble up there. You're a little bit sleepy, but the thought of getting out of this gulch is enough to light a fire up your ass, and you are up there, good and proper.
With advantage, I've got 12.
It's not easy. Your legs are a bit shaky.
After the fall I had.
After the fall, yeah, your legs are a bit shaky, but you do make it up there safely.
We did it!
Hildy, what did you? Oh, you were fucking looking.
Clara hangs off the side to help Hildy up. By the way, she's like doing that thing where she's on her stomach, holding her hand down.
Yeah. You and you have significantly less amounts of you to go, Hildy, because you're so tall. So fucking 8 feet from the top, you can just jump and pull yourself up. Bridget and Catherine scramble up as well. And Bridget says, "Well, that was terribly exciting. You're looking quite rough, Clara.
A big pit.
Are you doing okay? It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Is there anything? She goes into her backpack and kind of scrambles through, and she goes, "I thought they might have given us, a health potion or something, but I suppose that would kind of ruin the point of it being a real life adventure because health potions are expensive."
That's why you've got me, sugar. Claire, do you need any healing? I could cure wounds. Come on, give me a high five.
Girl, give me a five.
Come on, you know you want it. Mirabelle just reaches out and brushes Clara's hand, very reluctant hand.
Clara visibly shivers.
Is it like a? Yeah. Is it like a ooh kind of shiver, or is it a shiver of disgust?
It's the kind of shiver when you've lived with someone and you just find them deeply disturbing and creepy.
Excellent. Excellent news. Yeah, this.
I want to find out that Mirabelle genuinely thinks they're friends.
Yeah. Mirabelle
Mirabelle
detected people who live together as friends.
Mirabelle, roll me an insight check.
Okay. Wow, I am rolling shit tonight, my friends.
Uh,
I have a +3, and that is still a 7.
Yeah,
Jesus.
you give Clara this high five, and you are so distracted by that feeling of, your divine magic kind of bubbles up from your chest and twinkles down your arm, and kind of in a little shot of electricity sparks through Clara, and it's just such a pleasant and joyous feeling for you that you completely miss the look of utter disgust on Clara's face, and the kind of like as she receives your healing touch.
Yeah, just
Was that
just to echo Mega Spoon very quickly, Hannah. There's nothing creepy than anyone who has to heal you by touching you.
That's how clerics like to do it, baby. I also have not been keeping an eye on the
I know.
chats. Hello, Stupid User.
It's been
Hello,
good time.
Christy. Oh, so
Did we
many
just-
people are here.
I know.
Oh, I
You
feel
haven't done a toast today.
I've been an absolutely terrible host because I do not have the chat up. So to all of you people who have joined in the last sort of 45 minutes, half an hour, thank you for joining us. We love you all, and I hope you all are having a tremendous evening. Cheers to you.
And one big cheers. Big cheers to the chat and to questing time.
Yes. 100%.
Cheers.
Chin chin. Yes, so you have got to the top of this this ledge. It's not as wide as the other one. It's only about 10 feet across. But there is a big wooden door in front of you. And you see Bridget kind of doing that thing that she was doing before, rather excitedly hopping from toe to toe as if to say, can I open it? Does anyone mind if I do the honor? Yes?
Yeah, you're the bride. Go.
You can just totally do it. It's fine.
I know. I just wanted to make sure that no one else wanted to do it, because if you wanted to do it, you are my guests. So you should.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's your thingy. It's fine.
She grabs the kind of brass door knocker. It's just a round kind of pull door handle. She flings it open, and behind the door is, much like the first door, a complete screen of this heavy, inky, solid darkness. Oh, well, shall we?
Clara leans into Gwyneth and says, "You know when you meet someone and then you're really disappointed by them in real life?"
Yeah. I don't know who you're talking about. That's like me with like everyone, honestly, that I like meet in my yoga class.
Yeah.
Afterwards, realize they're not really like yoga people. It's like weird.
Yeah. So that.
Come on, guys, let's
Anyway,
go.
shall we go through?
And Bridget just she dives into this darkness, and Catherine goes, "Oh, right. I should probably keep her on a leash, shouldn't I?" And she follows Bridget into the darkness. I'm assuming, although I won't assume, do you guys follow?
Yeah, everybody hold my hand. I just want to make sure that we don't get separated.
Okay, sure. I just grabbed her hand. At this point, I'm like, whatever, let's just do this.
Claire, I know how
I'm all right. I'm not going to hold anyone's hand, but thanks.
Hildy, grab her.
So the reaches up this way.
Yeah.
Hildy just kind of like grabs and starts swinging it as if she were holding hands with a child. Just like, oh.
That's the only way to hold hands, really.
Yeah, holding hands in this party is a bit interesting because there is a lot of if you just go out to grab it, you could grab a variety of different things.
Yeah. I like to think that it's like Gwyneth on one side and then and then Hildy on the other, and just Mirabelle in the middle, like a child. Like, you know, when you see kids and they're just like swinging.
Okay, but like,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
if someone is like a good drawer, could they draw this? Because I want to see that in real life. Like, I want to see
Absolutely.
that as
Who
a
blew?
fan
You know who you are.
situation.
Yeah.
Can Gwyneth and I also just like periodically pick Mirabelle up and swing her like you do with a kid?
Absolutely. I'm not
So,
even gonna.
Cute.
You raised the twins, Hildy. You know exactly how to do this. I'm not gonna make you make a check on that. You've, yeah, you know the peak momentum and speed and height to get the maximum enjoyment out of having a
yeah.
swing. And I'm assuming.
Clara.
Carry
I
on.
was just going to say, Clara is secretly disappointed at the level of competence that both Gwyneth and Hildy are showing, and that they don't just accidentally pitch Mirabelle forward into the unseen darkness. Having watched.
I just look over to Clara and I'm like, it's the Pilates. I can do this.
It's really impressive.
So you swinging Mirabelle behind you, ushering Clara in front of you. You all walk into this heavy, muggy darkness, and the door once again shuts behind you. And much like the first time, you have this moment of being completely and utterly drenched in this very, very heavy darkness. And then, like before, there is a shimmer, and a room appears around you. The first thing that, before you see anything, what first hits you is this smell of bound paper and leather, and it's warm, stale air. And when the rest of the room manifests around you, you are in what looks like a study. There are book-filled shelves on almost every single wall, save for two gaps on either side. There are tables and cabinets filling much of the space. It is a bit of a squeeze in here. In all four corners there, in front of the bookshelf, there is some kind of a table or cabinet or shelf or something covered in kind of adventuring ephemera. And slap bang in the middle of the room is a large oak desk. And once again, on the wall opposite is a door.
So,
Well.
should we, like, just look at the door, or are we like? Is there? I'm just gonna go and see the door. I want to go check the door and see if it's like something we can open, just to make sure that it's not just something we can just fly.
Yeah, surprise! This whole time you can just open the door. So are you gonna?
That's what I was like.
Never know.
Are you going to have an investigate of the door, or are you just going to try and yank it open?
I'll do like a cheeky investigation.
Okay, give me a cheeky investigation check on the door then, please.
17.
A 17. Yeah, it looks very similar to the door in the previous room. It's a large wooden door, fairly plain, but the other one was completely smooth at the front. This one, you can see, has 4 brass keyholes, arranged in sort of a diamond pattern, about kind of 4 foot up from the bottom of the door, sort of in the center of the door. There's one at the top, and then there's 2, and then there's one at the bottom. And they are just, they seem like fairly small, simple brass keyholes.
Yeah. Guys, we need keys.
I got lock picks, but I don't know how to use them. So if anyone knows how to use them, you can have a really good stab with it. But I mean, I have sausage bugbear fingers. Sausage bugbear fingers.
And
So
hence,
I'm not
as we've
doing it.
ascertained, now quite small hands, unless you do have the puppy thing where you have very large hands and very large feet, but just a tiny body.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
like everything
cute.
apart from her, like. So basically, just to explain Clara, so that this becomes canon, she does look like a Care Bear, but she looks like a Care Bear that's been merged with Mr. Tickle. So she's
Stunning
got
and
bugbear,
horrific.
proportionate bugbear hands,
Yeah,
with proportionate bugbear arms.
yeah, very
It's
long arms.
just the rest of her.
Horrible.
The rest of her is short and fat.
Wonderful.
I love it.
I love it. I
I
love it
live
as
for
well.
I can't imagine why Bridget doesn't fancy her. To be honest.
Yeah, right?
Beyond me.
Yeah.
And
She sounds-
she's. You have to remember, guys, that she is head to tail blue as well.
Oh yeah.
With a tattoo of a smiley face on her stomach and a large gem in her belly button. Like,
Yeah.
Did the
I
hair
don't know
grow
why.
back on the leg, by the way?
No, it's still absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
Like, so
So one totally
so
hairless
fucked.
leg.
yeah,
It's not. It's
one
not.
totally hairless leg.
It's not quite hairless. You can see that when the hair was burnt off, it was sort of in a general area with a couple of fairly more singed patches where this slime really got you. In the general burnt off area, you do have a very, very thin layer of blue stubble coming back. It's not quite coming back in those very intensely burned off areas, but the rest of it, there does seem to be hair growing back, but you do have this fairly uncomfortable looking blue stubble.
But also, let's be honest, Clara is genetically unlucky, so the blue stubble is probably coming back as those like bumps that you get.
Oh yeah,
When,
most of them are ingrown hairs, absolutely.
Bikini, like the bikini racer
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Those
So
are the worst.
it's pretty itchy and uncomfortable, and it explains a lot of her current mood. That and the still fucking massive hangover.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Bridget says, "Well, I suppose we could use lockpicks. We try and find the keys first. I don't know." And she starts kind of just looking around the room, having a nosy in the corners on the bookcase. Yeah. She's having a poke around.
Wait.
Clara says you've got 10 minutes, and then I'm just taking my morning star to the door.
Oh, lordy. Okay, I will. I will remember that. I will remember that.
Well, I mean, I'd love to do either I guess what was better? I keep forgetting. Perception check is much better for me than investigation. So I'd love to do an investigation check or a perception check about what can I see that may indicate keys in any way, shape, or form. Can I see anything of like a pattern or?
So if you want to look for something that specific, you need to do an investigation check. If you just want a little bit more information about what's generally in the room, give me a perception check.
Well, maybe can I do like would insight work if I were looking for something specific in like this room that might give me a clue to what, if there's any sense to where the keys might be or if they're just randomly hidden.
So you want to do an insight check to see if you can find a place where a person would reasonably, so you're trying to get into the psyche of a person to think where they might reasonably put a key. Because if that is the very convoluted. No,
my character's got low intelligence. It's the character and not me.
No, man.
Please
do it.
Tell me it's one of those CSI moments where like she can see like footprints on the floor and she can see like floating.
Roll me that inside check and we will see what she can see.
Okay. It's shit. It's okay, not as shit as before, but it's with my +3. It is a 12.
A 12. Yes. What? It's not so much that you see things. It's that you see the absence of things. There is no key box. There is no small platter on the desk containing some keys. There are a few other keyholes around the room in various things. There are no keys in them. There are no small set of hooks on the wall that are cutely named, like his keys, her keys. And there are no keys on those non-existent key hooks. So yes, you cannot see just general keys around the room.
Okay, well, I have a question. Is there anything on the big oak table that obviously not keys, but like books or like maybe like a I don't want to say a puzzle, but like if there's a puzzle, like I would like to know about it. But something that might help.
So the big oak desk you can see is covered in papers. You see an inkwell, you see a pen, you see stacks of papers, stacks of ledgers. It's fairly messy all over the place. So you can have you can do an investigation check and have a rummage around in those papers and see if you see anything interesting. The desk itself also has 2 drawers on either side, and a small stool that kind of tucks up into the desk.
Okay, I'm gonna investigate. That is an 18.
An 18.
Nice.
Nice. Yes, you find all sorts. This desk seems to be just it seems to be from someone who did a lot of business. As I said, there were a lot of ledgers and seems to be it's kind of like books tracking finances, books tracking stock orders, books tracking the comings and goings of many boats. It feels like this is the desk of sort of a tradesman who works mainly on the sea, because there is a lot of you can also see a lot of maps with charting courses from one place to another. All of the writing seems to be in the same hand, which implies that it's one person's desk. Probably the most interesting thing to you is the hand in general is quite scruffy. It seems to be all written kind of in a rush, or not in a rush, but as you do when you're just making notes, you're not really thinking about things. But you find one piece of paper that is it's kind of far finer paper. It's a heavier weight of paper. It looks expensive, and on that, in the same hand but a far nicer script, you read, "Around the world I travelled far, and with my enemies did bravely spar. And now I sit and drink with you, as my gods did keep me safe and true."
Oh my god, guys, he's dead. That's what it says. That's it.
Oh, bless. Okay.
I will for the benefit of you guys and for the benefit of the chat, I will drop this in the chat and I will send this to you guys
Please do, because
thank you.
in the Discord, so you can keep an eye on it.
I was not typing quickly enough. I only got maybe a third of it.
Yes. So while I'm doing that, this is going to come up on. For heaven's sake, has now joined the chat.
Girl, what's up?
What? Oh, Hildy went to feed her cat. That's what happened.
Oh, yeah. He he was being a lot, and I was like, fine.
At some point, Sly has to make an appearance. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, this has to be, and it will, for a short while, become a purely cat ASMR stream, as we just need to sit and listen to him purr. just
Scream. He screams.
I'm not quite drunk enough that I didn't just censor myself saying something there which I would have regretted.
Oh,
and
that's
now
so
you
shame
said
you
it,
before.
so
Well, I'll leave it up to your imagination. What a cat ASMR channel would have. Right.
yes. And while
Anyway,
I have just spotted the time, and while you all sit and think about what a cat ASMR channel might sound like, we are going to take a quick break. So let that riddle sit with you. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break because boy, doesn't time get away from you when you're having fun. We will be back in 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much pee we have in our bladders. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and we will see you all imminently. everyone. I hope you had a delightful break. I'm still drinking Coors Light. Do not judge me. It is so hot and muggy here. My hair is now up. Anyone who is currently in the UK is feeling this. I am delighted by it, but at 11:15, it is still very warm. I hope you are all well snacked and well dranked and have sat with that little poem.
Shit. Sorry about that.
which my party is now revealing to me they did not look at. Yes, you are in this beautiful, very crowded study. Gwyneth has just found some interesting papers, along with maybe some indications of the kind of person who worked here. What would you like to do?
I think, let's see, just because I don't know about everyone else, but I'm wanting some more clues apart from our poem here. So Hildy is going to cast Identify and just like poke the desk.
The desk, right. Let me, I'm going to have to brush up on what the Identify spell does. You choose one object, if it is a magic item or somehow magically imbued object, you learn its properties now to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, and how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting it, and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. Right. If I had remembered to review your spells and saw that you had Identify, I would have practiced my David Attenborough voice in order to do a Brennan Lee Mulligan-esque recitation of what this object is. You cast Identify on the desk, and it is, at face value, a desk. But it is a desk that has been brought into being through a mix of conjuration and illusion magic. This is it is a physical object that exists through conjuration, but a lot of the aspects of the desk itself are illusory. It is not a magic item that you can interact with in a way that you can't use it as a magic item. It is just merely an item created through magic. The two drawers are locked, but not magically so. So you can I will give you that there are no traps on the drawers, but the desk is not a real desk. It is something has been conjured, and then it is through illusionary magic been turned into a desk.
Okay. So I think Hildy's gonna be like, hey, can I borrow the lock picks here? Because there are some drawers that it might have a go at trying to loosen that. Also, in case you're wondering, the desk is not so much a desk as it is a state of mind.
I get it. I completely get where you're coming from. I get it. It's not a desk, guys.
Clara just quietly holds up the lockpicks and is like, just so you know, you've probably got another 5 minutes before I start damaging stuff.
Oh, that's fair. All right. Hildy just kind of grabs the tools and starts going to town on the drawer.
Which drawer are you going to do?
Yeah.
Do you want to just do a sleight of hand check? If you are using the lockpicks, I'm not using them because lockpicks normally require proficiency. If you're using the lockpicks, you get advantage on your roll to pick the locks. If you roll under a 5, the lockpick breaks. So so you can just roll straight sleight of hand. You don't get advantage, you can just try and do it. Or if you use the lockpicks, you get advantage, but if you roll terribly, the lockpick breaks and you can no longer use it.
Let's use the lock picks. So I'll roll twice.
Do it. Which rolls?
Okay, so my rolls were an 11 and a 10, so 11.
Oh,
11, and that was on which drawer? The right-hand side or the left-hand
I know
side?
there. Let's do the right-hand side first.
Okay, you have a little. The lock feels fairly kind of gunked up with stuff. It provided you believed it was a real desk. It's a fairly old desk, and you can't quite get the pin to click on that one. Do you want to try the other door?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Do I need to roll again?
Yes, but you again roll at advantage.
Okay.
If you're using the lockpick.
18. One of them was a 4, but the following one, thank God, was a 17.
Was it at 17? I will give it to you. The other drawer, you hear a click, and after you hear the click, the lockpick breaks. So you've got this drawer open, but the lockpick is broken. So the little pin thing snaps in your hand, but you have got this drawer open.
Geez. Does anyone know how to fix lockpicks?
No, but you break the thing.
Sorry.
Well, it's not your thing. It's like the place's thing. It's not really yours.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. That's a good point. All right. So I'm gonna take a peek. What's in the drawer?
In the drawer, you find a book. It is a bright blue book, and on the front there is a picture of a young man doing a sick ollie on a skateboard, and across the top, it says the words "Extreme Teen Bible."
Nice. Nice.
Do
I
you?
feel like that's something that Hildy got for her twins at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I know.
Hildy, is this one of your twins? Is this your boy?
This ollie this kid's doing is super sick, and personally, I would be ashamed to give it to my twins. Shelly would try to burn it, so.
She's flipping for Christ, indeed.
Hildy's gonna flip through it. Usual in it, or is it just
It is a fucking rad Bible, dude.
It's a rad Bible.
It is a fairly well worn Bible, well used, fairly heavily thumbed. There are notations kind of all over the place. It's heavily written in a similar hand to the person at the desk, which is slightly incongruous because they seemed like a fairly professional businessman. But you can't judge the Holy Scriptures by which one lives their life. As you're doing this, a small scrap of paper falls out, and you see on it the numbers 131. 10 and 69.
Nice.
nice?
Nice.
Nice. What were the other numbers other than the sex number? Because I was listening.
131 and 10.
Okay, so I imagine these numbers correspond to one of the books or something. So does anyone see numbers or a place that numbers should go?
Are there? Yeah, like, is there like books and stuff? Like, this is the thing,
There
right?
are
Like
books.
around
There
here.
are books all over the walls. Like, yeah, in each of the corners. If you imagine
Can we-
sort of a kind of a like a 4 foot by 7 foot bookcase. Each of the corners has two of those butting up against each other in each corner. So there's kind of 8 bookcases, in each corner. Well, not in each corner, in total.
Are they? Yeah. Can we do a perception to see if there's like any numbers or anything like that around?
Yeah, go ahead. Make me a perception check.
Okay, there she go. I got a 13. That wasn't very good.
Can we all do
I
perception
got
check?
a nat 20.
Oh,
And
shit!
with my modifier, that's a 22.
I think we ought to drink.
Drink.
Hildy can see.
I see everything.
It's all the additional height.
The Hildies.
Yeah.
The Hildies have eyes.
The Hildies have eyes. Fuck yeah.
Tabs.
And if
that-
anyone groans, then we all have to drink.
no, that was. I'm gonna drink because that was fucking good.
Sure,
Um,
that is in the rules. If we all
mhm.
groan, we have to drink.
Fuck.
Yeah.
If we all groan, if we all cheer. Okay.
With that 22.
What's she see?
You can see that the bookcases don't have numbers, but they are labeled, sort of like in a library, based on subject. So there is medicine, and there is poetry. There is the natural world. There is travel books. So you can see they are labeled, and if you look at if you want to investigate certain bookcases, I can tell you what the specific labels are on them. But you see generally it's the kind of thing you might see in a bookshop or a library. But they aren't numbered. You don't see like a Dewey Decimal System or whatever on the books. Some of the books have numbers on the spines, but they are in no way an order. And you do a very quick scan of most of the books. There is no spine that says 69 on it. I'll give you that one for free.
Oh. All right,
There
thank
goes
you.
my reading material.
All right, so there's not like a Dewey Decimal System scenario going on here. What about, I'm trying to get ways to use these numbers. Can I take a look and see the corresponding page numbers that are written on the slip in the super rad
Bible.
teen Bible?
The Bible for the raddest of dudes. Yes, you can.
Keep flipping for Jesus.
Flipping, sit,
Or for
yeah.
Christ, sorry.
Kick flipping for Christ. Yes, you can. You start at all of these. Most of the pages have kind of scribbled notes in the margins and maybe stuff highlighted and whatnot. You go to page 10, and the only thing on that page is a word that's circled, which is the word blue. You go to page 69, and once again, there's no notes on this page apart from the word animal circled. And then finally you go to page 131, and the only thing, once again, blank page, the only thing circled is the word left.
Okay, so it says blue, animal, and left.
They're talking about Clara. I immediately just like point at Claire. That's it.
Oh,
I have nothing else
my
to
God.
add.
That's not okay.
Are you
Is
an
that why
animal?
they took a picture of us at the beginning?
Is it? What? I'm like low key panicking, but kind of confused mostly. Just mostly confused.
Oh,
What does it mean?
I'm getting tripped out by this Bible. So blue, animal, left. Can I just like make a quick scan of the room, see if any blue animals seem to be?
Is there a blue animal on the left?
Well, no, I
Why
mean, like,
not?
maybe
Okay,
maybe
no.
if there's like a painting of a blue animal, or I don't know.
Make me either. Make me an investigation roll.
Okay.
Clara, she got some
It's
chocolate.
a
Oh,
it's a
time.
4.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are sticking in your brain. You are sticking these three words together, and you are just is it telling you that the blue animal left, or is it telling you that there is only blue animals left? There is the combination of the words just absolutely flummox you as you attempt to read them in a coherent sentence.
With this new info, can I roll investigation perception? Which one or both? Either.
Make me, for you, I would like you to make me make me a wisdom check. Just a straight wisdom roll.
Ooh, wisdom is a good thing. Okay, 19.
19.
She wise.
On Hildy.
How's the chocolate, Sarah?
Oh yes. Sarah went
No.
and picked up a delivery because she ran out of
Yeah.
booze. So she made an
I ran out of
attempt.
booze, and I did that thing you do when you're trying not to make it look like you're an alcoholic who's just ordering a bottle of gin. So you order like several other things. of these several other things, right? So all of them were out of stock, but 2, right? So they had to get 2 things right. 2 things right.
Oh no!
One thing that wasn't out of stock, jelly babies. Because naturally what you want when you're getting pissed on a Friday night is a packet of jelly babies.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing, which wasn't out of stock, is a Snickers Duo, which is a lie because they just sent me 2 Snickers.
I mean, that's fine. I got myself a Snickers last stream that I thought I was gonna have, and then I saved, and then I just like egregiously inhaled.
I'm
last night.
pretty sure that you get more Snickers with 2 Snickers than with a Snickers Duo. So I think you're fucking quids in.
I'm gonna win.
That's not the point. There is no gin in there.
Yes.
There is nothing
It's the
salty.
principle.
Yes,
It's
this
the
is
principle.
you have been.
There's no gin.
Yeah, you did.
I mean,
you
who
did.
the hell?
Yeah.
Who runs out of gin?
But she eats it. She's like, I'm still gonna eat it, but I'm mad about it.
No alcohol at all?
Well, you have
Ew.
chocolate now, and so you're doing better than most of us. What are you having? Oh, also
Truffles.
oh.
Got truffles because I figure I can't eat them quite as quickly as I inhaled that Snickers last time.
Why do I always leave myself
Are they
without
meant to be-
stream snacks? Anyway,
You'll get better at it.
with that 19, something bumps in that list of words that reminds you of the investigation of the bookshelves that Hildy just did.
No, that's it. That's all I get.
A little part of your brain goes, huh? Hang on a second. Maybe I should go and have a
69.
69. Yeah. Something in that. There's part of your brain that piques your interest about the bookshelves.
Okay.
And in the meantime, while she's thinking about that, can I go on to, because Hildy opened the right drawer. Maybe the left one has a blue animal.
I opened
Look
the
at
left
you.
drawer. The right
Oh,
one
okay,
is
never
what
mind.
I couldn't open.
JK, never mind then. I will not continue because it has nothing to do with that. Cool.
I mean,
that we know of.
Mm.
I do think we should check the bookshelves again. Something tells me that like we haven't finished this part of this clue.
I mean,
The
I've
first
got
books.
a shitload of oil and a tinderbox. We could be out of this so quickly. I'm just saying.
Claire, you are discounting the thought that maybe there might be some sort of trap or something that keeps us from just blasting our way through this. Because I feel like you're not the first person to have thought this.
I mean, in my experience, if it's a corporate or like some sort of forced fun and you set fire to shit, they generally evacuate everyone quite quickly. I'm just putting that out there.
You've been in an escape room before, then I see. Nevertheless, let's do this for Bridgie. She just wants to have a little fun.
Bridget is currently sat on the ground in front of one of the bookcases, individually taking the books off and flipping through them, like and then putting them back as if looking for clues in every single book you can possibly find on the bookshelf. Catherine has gone on to a different bookshelf, has just taken one of the books out, is just having a read.
I'll also add, we do have those clues if we want to use one. Just put it out there.
Wait.
Idea.
You were saying you think we need to go back to the bookshelves. There's the one on animals.
Oh, maybe it's a blue animal book. Left side? I don't know what that means, but maybe something like that.
Or blue animals 69ing. No, that feels farther.
It's definitely that.
That's a different show.
No, that's the show, Hand Allen.
That's a Discovery Channel.
No, that's a subreddit I asked Soren to stop subscribing to.
I just want to say that you and I, baby, ain't nothing but mammals.
Yes, indeed.
Please continue, Hildy.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna go to the bookshelf for
Yeah.
animals.
Good
See if
plan.
is it just one bookshelf about animals, or are there two? Maybe?
Yeah, no, there, as you are looking, the natural world takes up one whole corner, so there are indeed two bookshelves as you face, sort of going outwards.
Okay, so left, and then is there only one that's blue, or are there multiple blue ones?
There is indeed only one book that is blue.
It's the blue book, guys!
Oh my god. Okay. So
Bridget is sat on the floor below you and says, "Do you think you found a clue?"
Yeah, here. And Hildy's gonna grab the blue book and hand it to Bridget and be like, "Okay, check this one out. See if there's anything in there."
She opens it, and the center of the book is cut out, and out falls a very small brass key.
Key! Yes, guys, we need to find 3 more. Okay,
Well
that's
done.
good. Yay! Okay, can someone now open the left side?
Well,
or the
we've
right
also
side?
got this poem. I don't know if anyone's been able to make heads or tails of it, but like I am totally in the dark.
Let me take another look.
Can we refresh? So we've got here gods and adventuring and sparring with enemies. Do we have like a travel section, a religion section in these?
Yeah, there is the you see, so animal, the natural world takes up two parts of one. As you move kind of clockwise around the room, you see travel reference. You see
I see that we've been raided.
We've been raided.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, friends.
What's up?
Pew pew pew.
Yo, Raiders!
Hi.
Piconet.
Guys,
Sorry.
it's our first raid. I feel like we've grown up.
Oh, we
Thank
shall
you.
drink to that. Thank you, friends, for
Everyone.
raiding us.
Anyone who is drinking, now that we're encouraging it, drink now.
Cheers to you and your sweet and lovely raid party. We are currently playing a game of D&D. The hen party are on their second room of an escape room, currently trying to work out how to find 3 more of 4 keys, and they're currently looking at the categorization of some bookshelves. So you have come in at a deeply exciting time.
Hope you like libraries.
The drinking rules, not that we are suggesting you follow them, but just for general reference and interest, they are in the chat. I don't know what that game is.
Coriolis. It sounds great though.
That sounds
Sounds
wonderful.
Sounds hot.
Write
Okay,
a
Sounds hot.
write a description in the chat, and we shall have a look see at that. And also thank you for being our first raid ever. That is incredibly
So
fun
exciting.
and very, very exciting and very, very sweet. So I hope you will stay and have some good D&D fun with us. Yes, so as I was saying, the bookshelves are, so you have travel, reference, 2 on the natural world, you have medicine, you have children's books, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you have non-fiction, and you have a whole thing of poetry.
I kind of want to go to, well, I'm like torn between the poetry and the travel books because of the poem, but I wouldn't know what to do past. I mean, I think it starts with an A. Maybe there's a book that starts with an A in either traveling or poetry. Only because every single one of those lines starts with an A. But that's just my guess. What do I know?
Do you want to do the thing where you roll dice and see how that turns out?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of was like asking generally the party, but fuck it, I'm just gonna do my own thing. I don't know what I'm
believe in your we believe in your inside.
Thank you.
And
I'm actually very smart.
I'll give
Okay.
her some guidance, and I'll just be, Mirabelle's right. You're a very intelligent and photogenic young lady.
She's not wrong. She is very smart.
Yeah.
In fact,
Surprisingly,
she is the smartest one in this party.
I do believe
So
that.
hey guys,
make of that what you will.
Intelligence check then, or what am I? Because it's not an intelligence check anyway.
Make me an investigation check, yes, please, on the
Plus,
on the bookshelf. If you are looking for something very specific.
plus 1d4 if you want it.
Plus 1d4 because that is something that I need. Okay, let's do that. Where's that d4?
This is how we roll.
Yeah, it was a really bad roll.
Yeah, spiky death, boys.
Okay.
4. So that is
we got a 15 total.
A 15. Yes. So, are you looking for just books beginning with A, and sort of general stuff in the poetry section?
Sure. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot. Both in authors beginning with A and poetry books beginning with A. You take a few off the shelf, and some of them are in fact fake books. It looks like this room has kind of been padded out as a library, and some of them are like stuck shut. There are a few that you can take off and flick through, but unlike the Extreme Teen Bible, all of these books that you are taking off, every one that is a real book that you are taking off is pristine. The spines are not cracked. These books look untouched and unread. They look box fresh. And none of the ones that you take off reveal anything to you other than the fact that they seem to be brand new.
Yeah. Part of me thinks that this isn't the way to go then, because no one's used them before. So I think maybe let's think of something else as a group. I just put them back. I'm like, I don't see anything in here.
Can I break down the door yet?
You can try to break down the door. I'm not going to tell you what the hit DC on the door is, but you can try and break it down.
She's 4 feet tall. I forgot. She's so small.
Yeah, you can try and break down the door at half height of the door. Although with your morning star, you can probably reach up slightly higher.
I don't know why my height is suddenly an issue. It's never been an issue before.
No, but also we retconned a lot of stuff. So
we did.
But
yeah. I mean, I just want to say, right, sitting here, like, you've taken the piss out of animals, you've taken the piss out of anything blue, you're now taking the piss out of anything like small.
Bridget looks up at you and goes, "Who are you talking to, darling?"
Probably me.
I mean, at that point in time, you hear another crackle, and Megan says, "Hello, guys. How are you doing? I'm not saying I'm always listening, because you can turn this thing off, but you didn't last time, and I have been overhearing the conversation, and I just want to make sure there's no unnecessary tension in the room. Is there anything I can diffuse or help with? I can give you
Megan, darling, mind your own business, will you?
Well,
can we just...
okay.
No,
Megan, can you just let us out of this room, and we'll do the next one properly, I suppose.
That's not really in the spirit of the game. You can use all of your clues on this room if you would like. You will have none for the future rooms. But I can't exactly tell you unless you would like to quit the whole experience. And at which point Bridget goes, no, please. Oh, come on. Look, there is so much other stuff in this room. Let's go and have a look around. And she starts to have a look at one of the many tables of just stuff that are in this room. She goes over to a big cabinet full of what looks like adventuring gear, and she sort of pulls it open and goes, "Look, there is so much fascinating stuff in here. I'm sure if we have another look-see around at some of the rest of this stuff. Look, it says enemy sparring. There's all sorts of sort of weaponry." And she gestures to the walls, and you can see that on the walls there is a whole bunch of weapons. There is a short sword. There is a rapier. There is a crossbow hung on the wall, and in the cabinet she has opened up. There is sort of bits of armor, a set of gauntlets, a helmet, a kind of row of medals, and she goes, "Look! Come on, Clara, come and have a look at this stuff with me, please."
Clara gets up and she goes to the cabinet, and she's looking for anything that looks like it might be religious, or anything that looks like it might have been recently used to fight.
Okay, make me an investigation check on the stuff, just on the stuff in the cabinet.
Okay. Very good. 4.
A 4. Yeah, you get a little bit distracted by the medals at the bottom. The medals themselves are you pick them up and they're hefty, but in this sort of cabinet you would imagine to see something like kind of like war medals. These just look like fun run medals, and on the look of one of them, You see that it does on the back say Waterdeep annual 5K. On the other two, you see sort of a stylized drawing of a like a target with an arrow flying towards it. And on the other one, you see what looks like a guy fencing. So you don't get much of a read on the weaponry or the armor in there and whether it's been used or not. But you kind of, these medals are shiny and they catch your attention, and that's what they appear to be for. They are not quite the medals that you would expect in this cabinet, but that's what's there.
I think Hildy's gonna take a look around the room. Is there anything designed for drinking of any kind?
Oh my god, you beat me to it. I was just gonna say that.
Oh,
Yes, there is a drinks cabinet. It is.
Well.
It is
Mirabelle just goes like beelines for that drinks cabinet.
yeah.
straight in there. Yes, there is a sort of a wooden drinks cabinet with a glass kind of slanted glass doors at the top. You can see that there are bottles behind there, and in the main cabinet bit, there are some little shot glasses, and then kind of tumblers, and yeah, this looks like a well used drinks cabinet.
Hildy, I think you're onto something considering that third line. So I'm just gonna like have a rifle through, and Mirabelle just everything and like turns everything out to see if there's a key in maybe one of these tumblers or goblets or something.
So you're playing with the glasses.
Yes.
The glasses are all empty. A couple of them do have a little sort of engraving of an M on them. There seems to be one of each that has the engraving of an M. Sort of just like cut into the glass. But they are, as of yet, all, when they're in there, they're all empty.
So I tried to like go back up through the chat to take another look at the poem, and the chat was like, "No, you're good." It like stopped at a certain point. Is it
It's in the
possible?
Discord.
It is in the Discord, but
Oh.
I will put it in the Skype chat as well if you would like. But I did pop it in the Discord because it formatted much better in the Discord. But I will put it in the Skype chat. Yeah,
Thank you.
the Mirabelle, the bottom of the drinks cabinet just had glasses in it. The top with the folding doors does appear to have bottles in it.
Well, hello there. What kind of bottles? What kind of bottle? Ladies, the party continues. Clara, I think this might cheer you up, you old bugbear. Stop grimacing, come here and have a swig.
No, I'm all right. I'm looking through a cabinet over here that's obviously completely productive and useful.
Now, Clara, are you sure? Because I think it might help you look through that cabinet that it's productive and useful if you just had a swig or something. Or at least it would help us because it would lighten your mood.
Just chuck me something then. Just like whatever you grab, just throw it at me.
All right. Mirabelle grabs whatever seems to be most potent for whatever that speaks to her.
Well, yeah, you open the cabinet and there are 3 bottles of booze. There is a sort of squat cut glass one with a they look like decanters, as opposed to the bottles that alcohol was brought in. A kind of squat square cut glass one with an amber coloured liquid. A taller, slimmer one with no top, with a red liquid in it, and a very small bottle of clear liquid. There is also in there a piece of paper that says Michael's special stuff. Don't forget, whiskey only.
Oh. Which one of these looks like whiskey? Because I'm thinking maybe all these M goblets got something to do with this Michael fella.
I think so too.
Michael's
special stuff.
Whiskey only.
Don't forget.
I mean, that is my
only.
own personal rule, but.
Yeah, I mean, you know your liquor. You're pretty sure only one of
yes,
these.
I do.
Liquor, I barely know her.
Drink.
Drink.
It's not written down, but I've made it a drinking rule in the stream that because we make so
Sex
many
jokes.
innuendos, you have to drink it.
No, in your endo.
Once again.
Andiamo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that there's pretty much only one of these that is going to be whiskey, and it's the cut glass amber liquid. You've never seen the kind of the heady red liquid or whiskey that was entirely clear. So yes, we are absolutely saying you should pop open your bourbon. Do it.
Bourbon. I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
Did I say bourbon? Like the bourbon cookie?
You said bourbon.
Because I'm very posh. Bourbon.
Oh,
Chug that bourbon. Yeah. You know which one's whiskey.
Well then. Ladies, I could use your help here because I see that we've got this Michael's whiskey situation and all these glasses that say M on it. Do we just like empty it into the different goblets and hope that one of them has the key?
How about we pour the whiskey into each of those glasses and we all sit together and drink them like the poem says?
Oh.
I think that's what we should do. We should just do what the poem says.
Whether or not that works, I am completely on board with that plan.
Yeah.
Regardless of the keys.
Fuck it, why not?
There are indeed 6 of each glass. So there are 6 shot glasses, 6 tumblers, 6 sort of, I don't know what they're called, the sort of small squat glasses with the heavy base, and 6 goblets, and one of each of them has the letter M engraved on them.
Yeah.
Well, whiskey doesn't go into all these types of glasses, but I guess if it says M and Michael, then we should stick to it. Unless anyone's got mixes, because like we can make like.
No, let's just. Can we please just get on with this? And with that, Clara grabs the small squat glass because she's all about the base.
Hey,
so,
yeah.
Is that another? Did I remember?
Yeah. I was just debating that.
Yeah. It can be.
Here is to no trouble.
And she just holds it out in front of her.
Mirabelle, can Mirabelle actually reach this? Or did she just? Did she reach it?
Yeah. Which glass did you take?
Just sort of hops up a little bit.
Did you take one of the clear glasses, or did you take the one with the M engraved on it?
With the M engraved on it.
Yeah. Clara has one that's engraved on, but like, is Mirabelle able to like jump up a little bit and get the bottle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You can reach because you could reach both of them. Yeah, you grab the whiskey bottle and you take the glass stopper off the top, and you pour it into the glass. You fill it up. You know, a normal for a nice kind of slosh of whiskey. It sits there for about half a second before that shimmer that you've seen several times in this room happens. The entire liquid starts to vibrate very fast and then goes, and you are left with another small brass key at the bottom of the glass.
Can we not have the whiskey then? Wait, does that mean we can't
Yeah.
drink it?
I've got distinctly mixed feelings about this development.
Clara just says, "Oh, for fuck's sake," and like takes the key out and then smashes the glass on the ground.
I'm like, maybe the other alcohols work.
Yeah, Claire, if you'd like a dram, I'm sure that one of the other glasses that don't have the M on it would work just fine. I could pull some for you.
Let's just put other stuff in glasses with M in and see what happens, and just please God get out of here.
Well, we could try. I don't think it'll work. But I mean, Mirabelle does pick one of the other M glasses and tries to pour a bit and sees if the same thing happens.
You pour the liquid in there. It stays there. Nothing happens.
I
Well,
knew
here
I
you go,
chose
Sarah.
Clara.
All yours, darling. Drink up. And for
Clara's.
cheer up.
I would like a drink, but in the meantime, while she's serving drinks, I do want to go to the travel section and try looking around there for things, because now I'm just thinking that we got the drink, we got the Gods Keep Me Safe with their gnarly Bible, and now I think we can go for travel and for weaponry. So I'm gonna go to the travel section. I don't know what I'm gonna find, but I do want that drink to go, so I can do that while I drink.
Mirabelle pours some whiskey for Gwyneth and hands it over to her.
Yeah, you do. It is whiskey, like genuine, fairly good dwarven whiskey. There's not enough in the various things for you to get pissed, but it's clearly there as sort of like you know, a little tipple midway through, because this is a hen party escape room and they wanted you to get a little bit bubbly on their watch. You can't go in pissed, but on their watch you can take a little bit. Megan pops through and says, "Hello guys, I can see you found our little secret little gift for you on the way. Now, I just wanted to make you aware that if any of you becomes too aggressively drunk, we will have to temporarily remove you from the escape room. The others will continue on, but I just wanted you to let you know, so one of you doesn't keep all of that delicious whiskey for yourself." And she clicks back off on the stone of fast speech.
I really hate her. There's something about her I just don't like.
I mean, as well, it almost makes you tempted to just start smashing and burning stuff just to get out of here.
Before you,
I'm gonna be honest, Gabe.
Before
ahead,
I was just saying, before you do that, Gwyneth, can you roll me an investigation check? You walk up to the bookcase that is labeled travel. In front of it, on a table, is a globe, kind of fairly fittingly in front of the travel section. There is a globe on sort of a wooden table, and then you've got this shelf of travel books. Roll me an investigation check.
I got a 17 for
17.
investigation.
Now, having had a look through the bookshelves before, with all of them seeming to be, you know, untouched, you know, factory fresh books, one book catches your eye, which is an atlas that, much like the Extreme Team Bible, is very well thumbed through. You can see the spine is cracked, and it is just a generalized atlas of Toril, and you see that is you know, that is significantly different to all of the other books on this shelf.
Yeah, I want to grab that and kind of like look at it. Do I have to roll to read it?
You do not have to roll to use your eyeballs in this specific case. Yeah, you have a flick through. There are some, similarly to the maps that were on the table, there are some routes drawn sort of in pen, not in pen, sorry, in pencil, kind of confirming this idea that this guy was very much a trader. he seemed to do a bit on land, but mostly it's in the oceans. And you know a bit about the geography of Faerun, the continent you are currently on, and the islands sort of around it to the west coast. And you can see that on every single page that the islands of the west coast are featured in a very big red marker, the island of Evermeet is circled on every single page, regardless of whether there are routes going to or from there. There is a big red circle around the island of Evermeet, which is you would know that as an island generally populated by elves. It's the largest elven settlement in the area. I think on all of Toril. Someone will correct me on that.
Yeah.
But yes, on every single page, even if it's only slightly featured on the map, a big red is circled.
I definitely like turn around and tell guys, like, guys, like, look at this circle here. I don't know what it means, but it's on this island elves live. So yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do with that information right now, so I'm sharing it.
Is there a page on Elven Meat, or is it just
Elven Meat is my favorite
Elven
online
Meat.
dating site.
Yes. Stunning.
God damn it! It's also very perfect.
Yes.
How,
Yeah.
how I met Norma.
That's so sweet. That's so beautiful.
That's
Yeah, there are you can see a few other books on the bookshelf about Evermeet, but again, they are all, none of them have their spines broken. They're not looked into. It's just this one atlas, and it is, you recognize the maps here would be handmade, hand drawn, hand painted. You recognize this being the exact same cartographer who did this map, the map that's on the globe in front of you, and the map that's on the maps on the desk. It's all the same person.
Hildy's gonna come up and hearing Gwen be like, Evermeet, just gonna poke Evermeet on the globe. Maybe there's a button. Is it a button?
You spin the globe round to Evermeet, and using your keen instincts, go to press it. It is indeed a button. The globe pops open, and there's a key inside there.
Holy shit!
Oh, okay.
Yay!
Look at us
We
go.
did it!
We're solving mysteries like we're the Scooby Gang. All right. Just
I
gonna
want
grab
my
that
Scooby
key.
snacks.
All right. So, last one is the sparring with the enemies there. So, weapons cabinet. I don't know what to do with the 5K. That seems off somehow.
Yeah, no, but I think Bridgie was right. I think there's something to do with the wall weapons or something. So you should go over there.
Yeah, who's having a check out at the wall weapons? Everyone just having
We'll kind of gather around at this stage.
Yeah. So there's someone. There is on one wall. There is a, as I said, there's a rapier. There's a short sword. There's a fencing sword. And on the other side there is a longbow and a crossbow. On the other side. So anyone who is having a look at either of those sides, make me an investigation check. Have a nosy around.
I think you said there was like a picture of like people fencing, no?
Yeah. Sorry.
Carry on.
I got excited.
What am I doing? Investigation, right?
14.
Isn't that 20 bitches? I'm so smart.
Hey, cheers.
I I'm so fancy.
So good, because I got 11.
For that 25, you are fueled by the excitement of this just how you are finding keys left, right, and center. You walk over to the wall with the swords on it, and what you can see by the swords is similarly to the books. They seem completely untouched. They are shiny. They are pristine. They are beautiful. They are looking. The leather is there's absolutely no patina on it. It is all one solid color. Apart from the fencing sword, which has a fairly battered hilt and a handle that has been very well worn in places that look like where a hand has gripped it.
I'm like, does someone want to grab that one? I don't want to touch it, but like, I think that's the one we want to grab. And I just point at it.
Clara strides towards it, stands on tiptoe, and pulls it off.
Cool.
Sorry.
You
Well, drink.
I just like that
That's
you're
a good
small.
that yeah
Sure.
yeah 10 out of 10 for that one. You take it off. It is a fairly well balanced fencing sword. I don't know how much you've used swords that are not quite as heavy and weighty as your like a normal short sword. But yeah, it feels very nice. Do you do anything to it?
Can I inspect? Can I inspect it? Has it been blunted so that it's not going to kill anyone? And B, is there anything specific about the handle or the hilt?
One, yes, it most definitely has been blunted. It's got the little kind of rubber cap on the end that even if you manage to pick it off, you could probably imagine it's a flat. Yes, you have a look at the handle, and in your twisting and turning of the grip, you can feel that the handle itself inside the hilt starts to kind of loosen a little bit, as if your twisting and turning has started to make it wiggle off.
I give it a mighty twist.
Mighty twist.
Is that also a sex joke?
I know.
I mean, I was going to say a mighty yank and then like stopped myself because I was like, I don't want more to do.
But
Either way,
we can make it out of anything. Come on. You do so, and in one fell twist, you twist it and pull it, and then bop it, and out of the hollow, flick it,
pop it.
That's for later.
Pull it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Oh no. I spilled most of this, but it got a little left.
Yeah, I suppose if you're at a swingers party, you do pass it.
I mean, we're already looking for keys. We just put them in a bowl. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You did look at very thoroughly for a bowl of keys, so you're very sure you're not at a swingers party currently. There's as you pull the handle off, out from the hollow bit inside the handle on the floor falls a small brass key.
There you are. Have we got all the keys now?
Bridget.
Yeah, we can totally open the door now.
I absolutely
Great.
think
Can
we
we
do.
please?
Shall we put them in? And Catherine does a little snicker and closes the book that she's been reading and puts it back on the shelf and goes, "Oh, good job, guys. Yeah, that was you did some good brain work there.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Thanks for your help, Catherine.
Oh, that's all right. You know, I've done a lot of these, and I always feel like it's not so much fun if someone's done a lot of them because you get into that mindset. I'm just here for Bridget. But no, you guys did great. Should we pop the keys in the door?
Yeah. Why don't we let Bridgie do it since it's her thingy? She can do it.
Sure. She says, who? Aunt Hildy, you have the one with the map, don't you?
Oh,
The
yeah,
map
here you
key.
go.
Just because I
Yeah.
feel like we should put them in an order. And she puts the key in the top and gives it a twist, and there's a click. Clara, the weapon one. She takes it, puts it in the second key, gives it a twist, click. Who? You have the drinks one as well, Clara, don't you? Oh, you got all of the keys. I'm a little bit jealous, thank you. She puts it in, gives it a click. And who got the Bible one?
Oh, that's Hildy.
You
Oh,
also got it as
whoops.
well. She takes the Bible key,
Oh, sorry. Here you go.
puts it in, there's a click, and then there is one big kind of thud, and the door kind of creaks open.
Yay! We did it! So
Well
excited for
done,
us.
girls.
I love this for us.
Bridget leans forward and pulls open the door, and once again there is the veil of darkness on the other side.
Darkness.
And Bridget goes, right, shall we?
Yeah!
I don't know why I
Can't
keep
wait.
asking, because I feel like we just have to, this is what we do. And she steps into the darkness. Catherine goes, right,
Well done, Bridget. You're finally getting the hang of it. Let's go, girls.
you say that. You've realised that whenever you talk to someone who goes into the darkness, there's no response. You never get response from them once they have stepped into it. Catherine goes, right, on to the next one. And she steps in as well. Do you guys follow?
Mirabelle goes,
Swing me, mothers.
And,
with the hands going like this. Not even saying anything, just like, I'm ready.
Let's go! And I grabbed her hand. I'm like, okay, let's go.
bringing her in together. Yep.
Into the room. Clara, do you do anything before you step through into the blackness?
Clara checks out the drinks cabinet and checks all the empty bottles and sniffs them to see if there's any more alcohol.
Yeah. So there is a little tiny bottle of clear liquid. It smells like vodka. So it doesn't really smell like anything, but you can get that whiff of kind of ethanol. And then there's there's a sort of a third of a carafe of what you would assume to be red wine.
Okay, Clara picks up the small bottle and the carafe of red wine and walks through into the darkness.
Excellent. You step through into the darkness with this red wine, and just before the door closes, you can feel. You can't see, obviously, because this darkness is so intense and so heavy. But like when you were holding the glass, and the whiskey went in, and you felt that the glimmer, the shimmer, and that intense vibration. You feel that in your hands, and suddenly your hands are empty. The door swings shut behind you, and that is where we shall leave it for today.
Oh, I want to know where we are.
We're in the darkness.
We are in the
I
darkness.
don't know the
We're
next
in the
thing.
darkness.
I believe in a thing called love.
We're back to
I-
black.
back to back. That's a good one. I'm quite impressed that it has taken this long for someone to make a "Hello Darkness, my old friend" comment.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. Thank you all for joining us for this stream today at our an
Yes.
irregular time. Thank you to the raiders, those of you who stuck around. It was a joy to have you, and our regulars. Thank you as well. Um,
Round around.
uh,
Awesome.
yes, and thank you to the players for being
Awesome.
absolutely delightful.
Awesome.
We will be back hopefully next week at our regular time. We will do some wraps up, but just to say that, like, yes, hopefully next week we'll be back at our regular time. And yeah, does anyone have anything to plug? I have something to plug, which we have already plugged on the stream yesterday, but I feel like should be plugged again, which is
Big time. Yes.
the absolute. I have headphones in, so this is going to be interesting to see if I can navigate
disappeared.
picking this box up. Ah, yes, I can.
You got it.
This amazing box of goodies that we got from Frog and Flute, the delightful people at Frog and Flute, the sweethearts, sent us
So lovely.
a
Amazing.
metric crap ton of dice and other goodies,
Yay!
including an adventure.
Math rocks.
Math rocks. Math does rock. But also math rocks.
Yeah.
We will be at some
Wait, are
point
those
in
rocks made of
time.
math?
They are rocks for math.
Sorry.
Um,
Oh.
clicky clacky shimmery shiny math rocks. There will be in the not too distant future other streams that I think a lot of us need to might have to take some time off from, just because we have other commitments, and we shall for sure be running this adventure written by Meg of Frog and Flute, which is I'm very excited to run. This is like a homebrew one shot written by them, which is going to be amazing. So big thank you to Frog and Flute for sending us all of these amazing, delightful math rocks. If you go on our Twitter, you can see a picture of all of them looking deeply sexy. Not the people from Frog and Flute, the rocks, although they are
also them.
also them, obviously.
Yeah, let's be real.
Consensually sexy.
Yes.
Non-objectificationally attractive.
Yeah,
Exactly.
People can just be objectively beautiful, and they also have beautiful and kind souls,
Much like
and that
ourselves.
shines out through their faces, and makes them look beautiful, which is, I think, a quote from the Twits. Does anyone else have anything
Plus,
else?
they sent us just a really lovely video, which introducing themselves and being really lovely about us and being excited about the stream. So, like, just in general, really, really lovely, not just because of the dice, but just all the words and, like, overtures and being supportive. Like, wow.
Yes.
I was really gobsmacked.
Absolutely, and I think, especially for us, having been fairly new into streaming, and this being a very, very fresh stream, it felt it was very touching. And as is the continued support and love and generosity of your time and your attention that all of you guys give us, it is baffling and wonderful, and it is just an absolute delight. So thank you so much. Once again, we shall never stop saying thank you. You can never express enough gratitude, so we'll never stop expressing it. So get off our case. We're just gonna keep saying thank you. There's nothing you could do about it.
That and go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
I love you. Bye.
But also, quickly, since we're speaking of go fuck yourself, everyone, I assume, already knows, but if anyone happens to be on the stream and doesn't already know, Questing Time live show this Sunday, which is why we're having the show tonight.
Yes.
Go find the details. Mods, please put Questing Time details in the. I think actually I have a Nightbot comment already there. Yeah, there it is.
Yes.
Go follow them. They're better.
They are. Yeah.
What time is the show?
So,
and I'm live.
And go, yes, thank you, Hublu. There are a few 2-person tables left, I think. So find someone to bubble and buddy up with if you are in London or can get to London and feel safe and comfortable to go. We are hoping that it will be live streamed. hoping. It's all going to be very much down to what we can scramble together on the day, because obviously due to COVID, we can't necessarily get in beforehand. But we will do our best, and if not, it should definitely be filmed. So even if you can't watch it on the night, you should be able to watch it afterwards. We're going to definitely try and make that happen. Fingers crossed. Yes, Hublu says 1 table of 4, 1 table of 2. I personally will be there, so you can come and give me a wave, or a rave. We can fucking rave.
Also a rave.
You're just so great. You just, man.
Yeah, come.
Yeah.
I-
You fucking are amazing.
There is only so much.
That was it.
I love you so much.
I'm a Leo, and therefore my main
Yes,
source of
that means-
sustenance. Yes, thank you. Of course. My main source of sustenance is other people's praise, and there's only so much of that I can leech off this stream. So I need you to come in person and praise me for all of my wonderful work. And while you're at it, come and do the same to Sarah as well, because she will also be there. And then we will.
I'm a Capricorn, so I give 0 shits.
We love it.
Oh
We
wait,
love
what
it.
sign are you, Emily?
We're
I
doing-
know everyone's now, but you, which one? What are you? What are you?
I'm an Aries, not just an Aries. I'm an Aries in at least 3 categories. So
Really?
I know.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
kind of
suspect I
awesome.
read that way. Oh, thank you.
I mean,
I don't think I have a lot of overtly Aries like qualities. And then every now and again I'll get overly competitive, or I don't know.
there we go.
For example, when I do yoga, I get very, very angry and competitive somehow. I'll be like, breathe.
That is.
You're like, I'm
Breathe.
not
I'll
an
be like, don't you tell me
Aries,
when to fucking
but
breathe.
you're like,
That is
Yeah,
wonderful.
I love this. Beautiful.
I'm gonna start bringing.
That's pretty.
What are you, Sasha? Why do I not know what you are?
Cancer. She's a
I'm a Cancer.
Oh,
I
big
have not.
Vibes.
I need
Our
to
big
feel
sweet
very safe.
homebody. Yeah.
Aw.
Nobody, but I will say all the things about needing to feel emotionally secure are very true. So please continue to constantly reassure me at all times.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anyone cares, my birthday is July 10th, so very soon, and it's my 30th. So I am so Russian culture is very big on birthdays. So I grew up on the Russian side of it being such a huge, Americans don't give a shit. Americans, you can celebrate a birthday a month later. Russians, day of, everyone you know calls you, sends you flowers. There are toasts, there are presents, there's food. But that day, that one day is such a thing. And I am intensely about it. So July 10th, everyone send me love. That's all I care about. It's my favorite. It's my favorite day of the year. I don't even care.
We will have a stream celebration for it. Andrea, when's your birthday, Andrea?
I'm May 17. I'm a Taurus.
Oh, we just missed you.
We just missed you.
Yeah, but it's okay. Next time, it's
We
cool.
will.
All right,
we will
we'll just celebrate Captain Crab's next birthday then.
Exactly. It'll be fine.
We will endeavor to have as many birthday hypes as we possibly can. My birthday is going to be on a Questing Time live stream weekend, so I think I will I will probably not be available to stream that weekend, because I will either be very drunk or very hungover, because I've got 25 this year. So also we'll do a big joint. Yes, and just as a caveat, astrology is bollocks, but boy, is it a hell of a lot of fun. Before anyone starts coming for us for being airy fairy, fucking just let us have fun. Yeah, I got a degree in physics. I know astrology is bollocks.
Yeah.
But also,
but we still like it.
We still like
yourselves,
it.
guys.
I'm the most fucking Libra rising person I've ever met. Come on. Let us love it. So apart from
Just let us be.
apart from astrology, and upcoming birthdays, does anyone have anything else to plug before we go into a big old raid?
Raid.
Who good
Hiberno.
We have Hiberno and Glenmore. I mean, Glenmore, I love him to bits, but he doesn't really need any more follows.
we should do it. Hiberno's currently got 2 people
Hiberno,
watching.
I think.
Hiberno playing Fortnite,
we
which sounds
absolutely
delightful.
must go. Please go and give Hiberno away lots and lots of good luck, cabbage luck. And
Cabbage luck.
Cabbage luck.
So
yes.
when everyone lands in the stream, please be lovely, and please just arrive with the word "drink!" exclamation mark.
Yes.
Just
Whiskey.
Drink.
Big drink, big love.
Like big father Jack energy, everyone.
Yes. Big cabbage love energy. Thank you all so much again for sticking around and watching. You are all an absolute delight. And we can't wait to see you again next week. We should hopefully have another chill chatting stream with some amount of people again. Well, it will be 2 people, but we can't say who it is yet because we haven't quite decided. So sometime in the week on Thursday, after Dragon Aunt, we will have another a chill stream. And let's now go raid Sweet Hiberno Way. Thank you all so much.
Let's do it.
You are a delight. We love you all. Stay safe.
Goodbye.
Stay frosty. Be rad. Let's raid.
Sexy. That's hot.
So hot.
That's so hot.
Oh, cool.
Hey, who are we raiding? Are we raiding someone? Oh, there we are.
Drink.
Killer Bitch is like, boo.
I want to hear this. Oh no, my internet's like a little bit laggy. Come on, it'll catch up at some point.
So is mine. Who would have thought?